Welcome everyone. Are you here, Mr. DemEyesRed?
No, because the the password of the
Okay,
lobby has been changed.
So I'm
yeah.
gonna do the introduction for everyone who's just joining. We're gonna have Secret versus Outsider. Secret's gonna be playing in the south, and we are gonna be using the cool colors for them throughout the series. We're gonna be using the hot colors here for Outsiders, and that is going to be quite fitting, of course, because we have fire here. And fire should always have a warm color, even if that means that Viper doesn't get yellow, because, of course, fire is fire. Let's see. Tato is gonna be on the right-hand side, and he's gonna be the right flank for Team Secret, and he's gonna be facing MBL, who's gonna be the right-hand side flank for Outsiders, and Civilizations are Chinese versus Mayans. On the left, Doubt's gonna be playing with Ethiopian versus Fire, who is playing with Chinese. And finally, the pockets are going to be the Viper playing with Franks versus Nika playing with Franks as well. Man, Mayans in the first game, that is... They have to win this, I think.
Well, I reckon it's going to be that way. It's just the fact that I cannot join the game right now because they've changed the password. So is there a way I can...
I got it.
Right.
Uh-oh. Wait. What? How did that happen?
LOL.
Wait. This shouldn't be here? Why is my desktop here?
You got busted. You got busted.
My god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have to change it afterwards. I
Tell
don't know why my
NASA,
screen showed out there, just real quick.
Tell the government. Tell everyone.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. But we're gonna fix it for next game because, yeah, it shouldn't be open. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's keep going with this. Let's keep going with this. We're gonna change it for the second game. Don't worry, it's not the end of the world. We have a little bit of action going on right now as MBL is taking the board from from the Viper, sorry. That's good. I'm not really sure about this. I don't know if the Viper noticed or not. I think he did, yeah. He's just trying to go forward and trying to intercept the board, but I think MBL might get away with it.
Might be. I mean, that's quite some ambitious move over there. And where exactly does he think he's going, actually? Does he want to donate that one to Nikov, actually? It seems like it, right?
Yeah,
Is he going to the north or to the east? Well, he's going to get a warm welcome by Tato very soon as well. That's going to be interesting as well. And let's check it out. By the way, to the chat that is very excited about what has happened, you've got it wrong, by the way. I just realized it's actually wrong what you guys said. But what about MBL? Is it gonna work or not? Tato seems to be very ambitious. Viper is on the way as well. Constant pinging into the direction of Nikov's base. Nikov joining the fight as well very soon.
What a play! What a play! They actually managed to get the board back by collaborating with both scouts. So one scout was blocking and the other scout was attacking the Eagle scout. That was pretty good, man.
That was strong. That was very strong. And I mean, even though the damage has been done, considering any kind of delay, but it was also fantastic gameplay. The boy will walk back home for a long time. So we'll check it out. I want to see the uptime differences as Nikov is already on the way to Feudal Age, whereas Viper clicking up right now, question mark? There we go.
There we go. Great stuff.
Well, he had to stay on Feudal Age and Dark Age for a bit longer. That might have an impact on some early scouts rush from one of the players. Quickly checking it out. Yeah, 19 to 21 Vils here. Yeah, 2 Vils difference. Nikov on the way. Ambitions to get to some victim as soon as possible.
Pretty early. I noticed as well that Tato actually didn't find 2 of his sheep, so that is also going to affect Secret negatively. And it's looking kind of rough right now. Outsider has been playing this very well, very well. So Tato is actually sending some villagers forward. I think he's going to be taking some gold. What is the plan here? He is on his way to Fuel Age, but he doesn't have a barracks up.
Yeah, that seems like he's gonna go for archers right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 vills. I mean, the gold is in a terrible position. Interestingly, he hasn't chosen the gold to the back. Very interesting decision. I mean, he will be under a lot of pressure, but maybe he just wants to play it more aggressively anyway, that his gold will not be attacked anytime soon. Some idealism over there. We'll check it out. The players are now preparing their attacks, as I see Field Lage for Nikov and Viper. That is going to be very interesting.
So we have already all 6 players with the Viper in Feudal. And the one thing that I was noticing earlier on as well is that because the Viper wasn't in his scout forward, he wasn't able to push all the deer, so he wasn't even able to make up for the lost boar. And now Tato is getting aggroed by the militias from MBL, and I think that's that's the only thing that's going on right now. So we're gonna focus over here. Those are Minotaurs now. That's gonna be one villager going down for Tato.
Vill down and also Watchtower down. That is so interesting that this happened actually. So people are also asking, when I talked about the forward gold, he already knew about the back gold that he had, but he has, purposefully chosen the gold to the front and added the tower also. Potentially he's just seen the back gold a bit too late and now he had to commit or something like that. Still, the solution has not been too perfect as he's under massive pressure. The men-at-arms are still doing their thing. And this is not looking too great for Tato on the right-hand side.
On the left, we are gonna have some archers coming up from Fire as well. And there is something that I need to say about Fire. In his city, they had a huge storm, and he wasn't able to get his internet working, so he is now playing with mobile data. I'm not really sure if that is going to cause a lot of lag. We did an early testing, and it didn't. But yeah, hopefully it's not a bad situation over here for the players, because we want this to be played as smoothly as possible for everyone.
Yeah, I think lagging will not be the problem. I'm just a bit concerned the the mobile data. Maybe that's going to run out at some point, but hopefully he got a good contract and everything's going to be fine. More action on the right-hand side. For the record, on the left-hand side, Fire wanted to attack Doubt, but is now retreating, regrouping, and attempting to attack later. More stuff on the right-hand side still. We see a lot of scouts from Viper. He's trying to assist Tato here, dragging the war closer to the tower of Tato or not. Now it's just a dance back and forth between Nikov and Viper. In the meantime, the other players are getting fletching. Viper, as usual with the early wheelbarrow, trying to be as efficient as possible, question mark. We'll see.
I think so. And you can see also how Fire's the only player going... Wait, wasn't he going for wheelbarrow as well? I think I just misread that probably.
No, he just did go for fletching. Now he's able to engage. He's also on top of the hill in front of Doubt's base. That is, of course, very promising if he continued like that, but Doubt doesn't to be too impressed, taking the fight in his own fashion. In the meantime, Tato once again under a lot of pressure. That's a lot of scouts. But how did it happen? Where is Viper? Just completely out of place. Misunderstood the situation, and it's now too late. Tato's going to lose more and more vills like that.
Yeah, Tato's got the Spearman over here, and that's going to be enough to push Doubt away for sure. Sorry, Nikov away. But on the left-hand side, I was taking a look at the archers over here, the archer count, and even though it's greater for Doubt, he also has Ethiopian, so that should be fine. He should be able to trade favorably over here, and we're going to have the first engagement between both archers' armies.
Yeah, seems like that. A bit of back and forth. I mean... Let's keep in mind it's Chinese versus Ethiopians. The Ethiopians might have the upper hand, also considering the things that might happen once the game progresses. But still, Fire is trying his best, but defendant's advantage for Doubt. He will be able to solve that issue, and Fire needs to back it up with a couple of skirms.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna switch in favor of Fire with a few skirmishers over there, and Doubt is only now queuing skirms, but he's gonna have to wait for the next 2 archers to come out, so he's not gonna be able to engage anytime soon. So let's switch back to the right-hand side if you feel like it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, quickly we've been able to witness how MBL was about to join the mix. Now Viper is also not really sure. Once he attacks, it will be very good for Tato as well. They might be able to snipe a couple of archers of MBL, trying to decrease the numbers of units that he has. will be also very nice. With Mayans, of course, MBL has very cheap units. It's very important to keep the numbers low. Viper also going for Castle Age, Scaleboarding incoming. That is going to be some Knights, most likely. Double Stable prepared, a lot of farms also, and
Yes.
more stuff incoming. That is going to be interesting because I'm waiting for Nikov to actually have an impact into the game in the game once again, and he's immediately going for Viper's base, who is fully walled up though.
And that was pretty bad though, because Nikov going out to Castle Age was actually trying to save his scouts. I assume he's gonna want to upgrade those to light cavalry, but he just let MBL for dead. And now they are open. Nikov is open here, and all the scouts from the Viper are here. Tato's archers are here.
Look at Nikov's base right away. Nice quick walls. There was this opening,
Yeah.
but it has not worked. Viper is now blocked. Tato now joining the mix as well. He has the archers in order to snipe the palisades, but that might be a bit over ambitious, unless of course no help is gonna arrive anytime soon. But Nikov is there to finish it off. Engagement starting right now, but it seems that he's actually inferior considering the numbers. These scouts will be sniped with ease. Not so good.
Nikov's getting cleaned up, man. He's really struggling against this, and he's gonna be getting at least 2 farms, maybe up to 6 farms idle. Viper got up to Castle Age, and he immediately dropped extra TCs. He's on 2 stables though, so he's gonna be producing some army as well, but that's probably not gonna be sustainable. I think he's probably just gonna be using 2 TCs for production.
Yeah, that's always the problem. I mean, he has gotten a wheelbarrow very quickly in the game, so that might be his solution to maintain double stable production and maybe even 3 TCs, but just 15 farms for a long time already doesn't look too promising. We'll see. Maybe it'll be the same game we've seen last week, where he will sacrifice a lot of army and instead go for the booming approach, meaning that there's potential for the outsiders to be more aggressive in the next few minutes. We're going to see. Fire is there to save the day for Nikov in front of his base. The Knights for Nikov are also in the making. The Knights currently have obviously HP, but just +1 defensively speaking. It might be a little momentum for outsiders to attack someone right now. They need to hurry up though.
Yes. Nikov now with these Knights is going to be going forward, but the Viper already has 3 Knights forward, and he's together with Doubt, and they are going to be aggroing Fire.
Yeah, and Fire is not protected sufficiently. I mean, he's dropping he's dropping a university where, okay, that's an interesting position there. He will struggle a lot. He needs those walls now, but they won't withstand the fire of the archers. Very soon, crossbowmen, there we go. Ethiopian's crossbowmen attacking right now, and there's just a defensive university. That should have been a TC actually in this position, but easier said than done. Problem's gonna be really big. Help is needed. Where is Nikov? They're all on the right-hand side trying to pressure Tato over here. I mean, that's also a good thought, trying to deal the same damage that is currently being dealt to Fire, but it looks very grim for both players on the flanks.
I have to say though that Tato does not have enough archers. Over here, Fire doesn't seem to have enough archers as well, but as we already stated before, we have... Oh no, it's actually both players with Chinese. Yeah, getting ballistics is super important when you're fighting against mobile units, so I get it. The position was a little bit weird, but he's gonna be struggling, man, because his archers cannot protect his entire base. And these Knights from the Viper already have +2/+2.
Yeah, that's going to be so problematic. At this point, you need a lot of army. Tato has 14 units. Fire at least has 27. That's a nice number.
Yes.
Tato, defensively speaking, a lot of troubles very soon. Unless something changes, unless Viper shifts the target over here. But he's on the other side of the map. That will take a lot of time until he is there. And in the meantime, MPL and Nikov now about to take apart Tato's base.
Yeah, Fire just pushing everyone back, and over here Tato is dying. And you can see how important ballistics is. Tato doesn't have it, so he cannot fight these Knights effectively, and the crossbows from MBL do have ballistics, so they have been taking villagers left and right, and over here that's a lot of villagers potentially going to be going down. That's one for sure. 2, how many is going to be? 5 maybe?
We'll see, because Viper's there to do something about it, even adding a couple of monks now. Not effectively though. Tato forced into some migration over here with 10 villagers, 2 of which have died, and more stuff to happen because it is not done yet. Tato now trying to maximize the numbers of crossbows, 18 to be precise, but we have 19 Mayans crossbowmen of MBL. He keeps Tato busy by himself, and Nikov also with the additional force, but Viper now trying to do something about it, but he
Oh man.
knows he cannot engage that efficiently, otherwise he's going to lose his army, but he's forced to do something, and there we go.
Yeah. Viper was in a good position to surround the army from MBL, but keep in mind as well the +2/+2, which Nikov does not have right now. That is going to be working in favor of Secret, and I think MBL... Is he? He doesn't seem like... It doesn't seem like he's going to be getting cleaned up. Okay, yeah, he's going to be getting cleaned up now. Or is he? Yeah, it's fine.
We have to check it out, because the biggest problem right now is that the Chinese player has 33 villagers. And on the other side,
so
Fire,
bad.
who's also the one being pressured by Doubt constantly, he has 56 at least.
Yeah,
that's
he
even more
managed
than
to
what
get
MBL
2 extra
has.
DCs up. So
Yeah.
Tato is going to be the weak link once again.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. This is going to slow them down very, very much. And I just wonder how they're going to deal with the situation. Viper needs to do something in the pocket position. Of course, everyone counts on his strength. But it seems that he also tries to maximize the numbers of knights, currently sitting on 4 stables, actually. And preparing 16 knights for now. That's more than what Nikov has with 12. Nikov only getting chain botting right now, which Viper already has.
Yeah.
It might be that Viper is going to be able to do something now. First of all, clean the mess in front of Tato's base and maybe go inside of somewhere. We'll see.
Tato is in a very, very troublesome situation. As you were discussing, Fire, under the same type of pressure, managed to get up to close to 60 villagers right now. Tato didn't, but it's also... I think it's also very likely due to Mayan's cheaper archers as well, allowing him to get more production for cheaper. That is certainly something related to it. And I think also the Mayan economy is very, very useful in a map like this, but once again, using that civilization early on is not going to let it available for you later on.
Yeah, and also, one last thing to add to that one, Tato's gold situation. I mean, the main gold in front of his base, I think that was the biggest mistake to actually take that one. He should have taken the one in the back, but now it's too late. It's just a terrible situation that the Chinese player has been pushed that far behind, economically speaking. Viper now trying to equalize the situation, but he will be up against Crossbowmen and Pikemen. MBL getting Forging as well. He will be able to protect himself, meaning that Viper needs to actually let go and go somewhere else. And in the meantime, Fire also about to start his own strats over here, focusing on Viper very soon, it seems.
That is definitely going to be a question for me later on in case Outsiders wins. Why Mayans in the first game? Because he's not going for Pulm Archers. He didn't even attempt to go for Fast Castle, so I would just assume that he was banking on the Mayan economy. One thing that I like as well is that MBL has been very quick to react over here. You can see a lot of pikemen from the red player, where we don't have any pikemen from Secret. They've been just going for more knights, more archers.
Yeah, true. I guess one of the main reasons is just to make sure that Viper is not going to have his momentum with a lot of knights that Nikov didn't have. But with those pikemen, Viper was not able to engage. Also, one thing, I mean, with those cheaper crossbowmen, it's just the fact that with Mayans on the flank, you can just trade better in case you're up against someone who will go for archers as well. That is one thing. Another thing, if you look at Nikov's base, some serious stuff can happen very soon, though. I think that Nikov is doing actually a great job defending himself. Not too many casualties, a lot of quick walls, and Dalt going to Imperial Age, so is Fire and Viper.
And Nikov now as well.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a little bit more troublesome right now for Doubt, his situation back at home, because Nikov, if he lost the quick walls over there, he would be losing like 5 to 6 villagers, but Doubt is completely unprotected here. He's very open, and we have a lot of knights over here from Nikov, although he's going back home. He's gonna try to deal with the pressure.
I guess, yeah, so it's maybe not too useful to just neglect that one, even though knowing that they have just taken apart Tato so much that he's still on 43 villagers. If you compare it to the others, 83, 81, 107, 109, 87 vills, it's just Tato being so far behind. I just wonder when he's going to be able to actually engage in the game once again. In the meantime, Nikov is cleaning up the mess. He's engaging completely. And that might be that Viper is not going to have too many units anymore to actually do something. He has 22 knights, and actually Nikov has 14.
Yes.
It's actually okay for Viper. He can still do something. but he's gonna have to deal with MBL very soon, who is inside of his base.
Yes. MBL got a huge amount of pikemen over here, not so many crossbows, and there's a lot of knights over there for the Viper. I'm not really sure if he's gonna try to wait for cavalier upgrades so that he can take on the pikemen without taking heavy losses. But he's on a timer and he's moving all his villagers away from the lumber camp already.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. That's actually quite dangerous here. I mean, it's just a little army. Mostly those pikemen are not too dangerous, but a couple of snipes could be hurtful. But there we go. Viper immediately going for chivalry. How many stables does he have? Stables with chivalry. You need to have an insane economy with that one. And if we look at the amount of farms that he has, 46. Yeah, I think that is actually decent. He will be able to deal a lot of damage with plate barding and cavalier incoming very soon, and even some cheap forward castles for Viper now to secure more of the map.
Yeah.
And fire on the left-hand side, well, doesn't seem to be that serious. Or is it? Because Doubt helping a lot as well. And fire bits off guard.
That is pretty good from the Viper and Doubt over here, but at the same time we had a bunch of villagers from Nikov taking a bunch of villagers from the Viper, although it could potentially be much worse for Fire over here.
Yeah.
Viper going for Paladin upgrade as well, right off the bat.
Yeah, just wants to go for the quick Paladin. Also, his map control idea was, at least for now, denied, but he tries to commit once again with more castles, it seems, in the middle of the map. A bit over ambitious, if you ask me, with those villas exactly in the middle, trying to go for that gold there, because they're going to be welcomed by a couple of cavaliers by Nikov. Bit nasty there.
Nikov getting Paladin as well. Viper is going to be there a little bit sooner, and Viper on 7 stables with Chivalry is going to be able to produce a lot. He's going to be banking on his eco though, and yeah, eco for Nikov is going to be looking a little bit better, but not by much, and I think Viper is going to be dropping a bunch of villagers over here. That is so many more Cavalier for Nikov though, and those villagers from the Viper only at 70% that castle. I don't think it's going to be getting denied, but it's going to be getting delayed, and for sure Viper is going to be losing a few villagers here.
Oh, come on, that castle's going to go up for real.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, it's just the castle, okay, but that's some juicy 4 tiles of gold. I don't know, it could have been very annoying for Viper if they were actually able to deny that one for a bit longer. But
take
fair
a look
enough.
at Nikov's base though. Just lost a bunch of lumberjacks over there as well.
Yeah, so maybe that's the reason why he couldn't fully commit into that castle denial. He's now dropping a wow, look at that castle inside of his base. He's actually spending 43 vills for that one.
Holy crap.
In my arena handbook, that is actually an economy killing suicidal castle that he's dropping right there, but wow. okay, safety first, I guess.
That was a panic castle if I've ever seen one, man.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I understand, but damn. Wow.
Now, this is the moment where it starts to get out of hand, and there is so much going on that you're gonna have to pick your battles, man. On the left-hand side, we have a trebuchet war over here between the green player and the yellow player. Then in the middle, we have a situation with the Viper versus Nikov, and on the right-hand side, we have the Viper trying to raid Nikov as well. Nikov's trying to defend with the Paladin over here. Then we also have MBL trying to push against Tato, and there is just so much going on everywhere.
Yeah, so speaking of Tato, who is about to get wrecked completely, look at what he's doing on the right-hand side once again, ladies and gentlemen. Don't even look at the corner only, go for the entire border. The right-hand side border, man. What he's doing...
Oh my god,
I love
it. This guy.
Oh my god, man. And on top of this one, fortified wall. You know, just in case, just to be sure, things are gonna get messed up here. Fortified walls, dropping them. Like there's a tomorrow.
But I don't know about that. I think Team Outsiders is going to be using the right-hand side and the top corners of the map.
Yeah, the right-hand side, right? And the right-hand side is getting wrecked. I mean, wall-wise, because Tato is all over the place. But we'll see. As a matter of fact, Tato is taken out of the game here. 3 military, 70 vills. That he's not going to do it like that. On the left-hand side, though, if we just quickly go back, what is happening over there? Because there are a lot of people involved in that fight. A couple of traps now going down simultaneously. Really nice. Dowd doing a lot of strong work, very persistent. But a lot of downhill fights here. Outsiders taking a great fight on top of that hill, you would say, but the amount of skirmishes is fantastic. At least to deal with fire, but the patterns at the end of the day gonna deal a lot of damage themselves.
Yes. It's definitely gonna go in favor of the Viper plus Dowd as soon as they get a little bit more units over here. But it's going to be fine. What's not going to be fine is the right hand side, as Tato is about to fight against how many? These are 6 Cat Ram, 2 Trebuchets, a bunch of 4 buildings coming out from MBL as well to produce more units with. And then we have a big fight in the middle as well between the Viper and Nikov. They are... Look, in this situation, Secret knows that they are behind. They know they are behind, so they have to take risks. And that is why you see Viper trying to branch out everywhere. That is why you see him going forward with the Paladin, because they need to do damage. They know they are one player less than the other team.
Exactly. Just trying to make sure that you deal a lot of damage for the future, denying the right-hand sides for the sake of the enemy's non-existent market situation there. I just currently look at how they're trading, where they've placed the markets instead, but I don't see... Oh yeah, I see. Okay, they're still trying to find a solution for that one. Okay, might not be the game decider what Tato did there, but he tried to do something. He's going for Imperial Age, by the way. I'm surprised that he has a functioning TC that is actually able to do that. Fair enough, but the situation is still grim. If you look at the military numbers here, Tato 4, Viper 34, is Dowd on 66 here, a mixture of Halberdiers and Arbalest, and the other side 36, 34, and 55. It looks more rounded for the outsiders. It looks like they will be able to deal a lot of damage very soon, but the left-hand side is just back and forth. Dowd is just trying his very best not to die with the help of Viper that might even be successful. They need to claim that hill where Fire is currently having his siege rams, but Nikov, man, insane amount of paladins.
They were taking the hill for a little bit, but I think that took a little bit too long to engage over there, and now they are going to be on the back foot. They're going to have to go back towards the castle.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, it will not kill Dowd like that, but it is going to delay potential progress for sure. And currently they are not in a situation where they can afford falling behind in any kind of sense, knowing that Tato will not be able to do anything in this game for too long. 60 Vils trying to go for archer ranges a lot that are denied by a handful, or more than a handful, halberdiers by MBL. It looks really brutal there. I just wonder if Secret is gonna have a chance at all. It seems more than tough.
Yeah, and that is a very similar situation to what we had during the semi-finals for Secret as well. The final game between Secret and SY, just Mayan taking over, man. I do have to wonder though what the impact is going to be in the later stages of the series for this. And I am really looking forward to see the rest of the games, because this one I feel like it's pretty much over. I believe Secret's of course gonna try to keep playing a little bit more because it's the grand final, but the trade line is not well protected. They are one player behind, and the pattern seems to be consistent now in favor of outsiders. There is a clear trend over there.
Yeah, it seems like that pretty much. And despite Dowd's efforts to actually protect the trade line, at some point he will crumble, unless of course Viper is going to help out. But if Viper helps out, there's going to be a vacuum in the middle that the others will not be able to withstand, and it might be that outsiders will just steamroll, which they're actually doing at the moment anyway. So as I said, it will be just a matter of time. It seems, it would surprise me if Viper and Dowd going to be able to actually make that change, but they will still try to play for as long as possible because it's a grand final. You gotta try hard.
Yes. So on the left, definitely we have outsiders pushing very, very hard against Secret's trade line. But on the right-hand side, I mean, they're going to be struggling to hold on the left, but on the right-hand side, we have an imminent push from MBL over here, and that is a ticking bomb. And that's why the Viper also has a huge amount of Paladin over here to try and defend with, because they need to hold on both sides. It's not going to be easy to do.
Yeah, not at all. You're right. Currently, it's what, 70% map control for outsiders. Let's say 65, and it's decreasing for Secret. On the left-hand side, we have a bulk of Paladins, Arbalists, and not too many units from Doubt anymore. He has most of the military units from his team, but numbers are going down and down and down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just fully reactive now. I mean, I understand why they do this. Secret wants to survive. They need to go to the left and to the right. But now Viper is in a situation where he needs to take on fight against Halberdiers with his own Paladins, but his Paladins are superior considering the numbers, and I see MPL is actually being pushed back here.
Oh, Tato getting the Elite Skirmisher upgrade. Yay, man.
Yay. Nice. I mean, yeah, that will be helpful, of course, if it wasn't housed, but we'll check it out. There's still a lot of work to do. If they want to come back from this, they need to go long roads to the other side of the map to actually kill the trade. If you look at the trade numbers also for the record, we have actually Secret, I mean, yeah, does the surprise us? They have a functioning trade route, so they have the better gold income, 50 trade cards versus 40, but not the most radical change difference. Seems okay.
Man, Doubt and Viper are in beast mode right now. I cannot believe just how well they are holding on. And even the Viper managed to push back MBL a little bit on the right hand side. On the left, we don't have outsiders like completely dominating anymore. So it's pretty good. I'm not really sure if it's going to be a sustained position for Secret, but it was a pretty good situation all around.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, it's very nice to see that Viper actually has more Paladins than Nico, for instance. I wonder, how is that even possible? Why is that? Is it only because of the slightly inferior traits? Does it make that much of difference here that we have some potentially very significant differences between the two pockets like that? We'll find out. For sure, Nikov has a couple of plans ready. He's fully investing for the sake of the left-hand side's push here, which still is a back and forth, and Doubt, in my opinion, doing so much of a great job holding the ground, not crumbling to the opposition like that. Right-hand side, once again, we have MBL pushing with a lot of trash units, namely Halberdiers.
Take a look at Outsider's trade line though. Viper managed to get over there with a bunch of Paladin, and we have the Elite Skirmishers from Tato as well, so they're going to be defending against Halberdier.
Yeah, that will be obviously very problematic over here. They have, I mean, is it because of Tato's work that Outsiders have the inferior trait? Yes, most likely, but it is insane how actually Secret is able to actually make use of that. So they've created that situation. They continue, you know, they just don't let go at all. They just continuously harass the opposition, considering what they've created beforehand. And we see a lot of trade cards now going down. Viper's doing a great job, and Nikov needs to address the problem.
Man, that was a lot of trade cards going down in the south corner of the map for Team Secret. But fortunately for them, they also managed to get a bunch of trade cards, on the right-hand side from Outsiders. So one thing to note though is that MBL was losing a bunch of villagers on the right-hand side. And I don't want to be too optimistic, but if Tato managed to get his villager count up again over 100, they might be able to get back into the game. However, Tato's also been losing a few villagers still, so it's not completely safe for him to boom back.
Exactly. What MBL needs to do is just continue harassing. Otherwise, Tato might be given the chance to actually participate in the game once again as a third member of the team. We'll have an eye on that one. But also checking out the left-hand side, it's still the stalemate back and forth. Just wondering how long that is going to continue like that. We also look at the population. Secret has the significantly worst one.
Yeah.
Vipe and Doubt not pop cap, but the others are. Fire, Nikov, MBL are pretty much very close to that one. So at some point, if they are not continuously dealing a lot of clever damage, by that one I mean going to the trades and stuff like that, they might crumble to the superior population here of the opposition.
Yes. I do have to note though that Secret villager discrepancy when compared to Outsider was much greater like 10 minutes ago, so they are slowly getting back into it. And that's doing a very good job. Once again, on the left-hand side, I cannot stress this enough. He's been going for siege rams as well, which are going to be very helpful against the trash units that Fire's been going for. And oh, this is bad though. Nikov started to raid the Viper,
It looks really bad. I'm just continuously looking at the villager numbers now. At this very point, none of the secret members have 3 figures on their villager count, and it
Oh
is the
man,
GG. That is the GG.
that is GG.
Outsiders making it happen, winning the first game on Arabia. In my opinion, that is an important win like that. A very first important win in a best of 7.
And nice to see you here, Mr. Dash. I am looking up to you, of course, trying to learn and trying to improve as a caster. It's kind of a struggle as I am not a native English speaker, but we do what we can. So thank you, mate. Very much appreciated. So DemEyesRed, what were last time around the colors? I think we were using hot colors, warm colors for Team Outsiders, right?
I just remember that purple was Nikov and teal was Viper. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we had fire being
right?
yellow. I remember now. I remember.
Yeah. Wait. What's the correct one though? No, I think that
we should
Team
have
Secret had blue, teal, and green, right?
Yeah. NBL's playing with yellow this time around. I mean, he's gonna be getting yellow with capture age.
Phew. Oh my god. Always these important questions at the beginning. So yeah, you want to start?
Sure.
Let's go.
Sure.
You ready?
So on the left hand side, we are going to have MBL playing with Malay, and he's gonna be facing who? He's gonna be facing the Viper, who is playing Italians. Then on the right hand side, we're gonna have Tato with Malay versus Fire, who is playing Italians as well. So we have 2 Italian flags, which is quite common. And then finally for Secret, Doubt's gonna be playing as Pocket with Koreans, and we're gonna have Nikab as the Outsiders Pocket playing Vikings. Vikings is a very meta pick for pocket saves in water maps. I am kind of wondering what Doubt's gonna do, because last time that we saw him going for Koreans, he was going for I think we saw him going for Koreans, right? Going for a bunch of turtle ships and whatnot, or I think that was actually probably SY.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think it was Secret. I think
also
it was
not very
Secret.
sure anymore. I just know the impact of Koreans with turtle ships. You can just decide crucial fights very easily in the beginning that could build up some momentum. What I'm talking about is that you could snipe a couple of galleys, be it fire galleys or galleys, whatever it is. If you just manage to go for some fast castle, the Koreans could be very devastating. Also with the option of landing and then gaining map control with a lot of towers, because that makes sense with the Koreans and that bonus. It might be a thing, but for Outsiders, it seems like the same strategy that they had last time.
Yeah.
With Nikov, as you said, that's the meta pick over here, having the water option for sure. As Nikov even himself revealed to us, he just picked Vikings to have the option to go for water and for landing, especially with the Italians as a teammate. Gonna be interesting. But something that you picked out, very, very important, left-hand side, it is MBL versus Viper.
Yeah.
I know, man. That seems very, very difficult.
Absolutely love this, and I have seen this on land maps. I am very, very curious to see how this is going to play on a water map. One thing that I'm pretty happy about as well is that we didn't see any complaints in the game room, in the lobby, regarding the connection speed or lag or anything like that. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right to point this one out. Just for everyone to know, we're just happy that the connection, especially for Fire, is just safe and sound, as he had to go through some storm last night, and that is of course not so good for the buildings infrastructure wise and also internet connection wise and so on, but everything is safe. We're happy about that one, of course, and let's hope for a good matchup here. Interesting pick. I mean, you can choose if you're on the left, you can choose if you're on the right. You know who you're up against if you look at the colors. I wonder if MBL is happy about the situation that he is in, that he is up against Viper, because I believe that Fire versus Viper on water is also maybe a better situation for Outsiders. But then again, maybe it's just MBL being ambitious, brave, courageous enough to take on this fight. We'll find out.
Right. I'm not really sure. Tato's also being super good in water maps. Let's talk a little bit about civilizations as well, as we have 2 civilizations that are repeated on each team, and then we're gonna have different pockets. Well, Italians are gonna be getting cheaper age research costs, so going up to Feudal age, Castle age is going to be 15% cheaper for them. They're also gonna be getting cheaper ships as well. I believe that is for fishing ships only, right? then yeah, it's going to be very, very important in that regard. Melee is also going to be fantastic because Melee has the potential to add map control to your team if used properly, just by being able to get access to harbors, which is a very, very strong building that we have not seen too much of, but I think could be very important, especially here in Migration. You get a lot of map control. If you get the water under possession, you might be able to start dropping a few harbors on your enemy islands as well, which we have not seen a lot, but will be a very fun sight, I think.
Yeah, it could happen in the later part of the game after Thalassocracy. That could be very beautiful. The reason why we see Melee, of course, in the beginning is, yeah, obviously due to that very fast progressing time, 80% it was. And yeah, that could be extremely impactful for the Feudal Age War. Especially on this map, it's always important to point out that there's a high chance on Migration that the aspect of defender's advantage is not too high, because the dogs tend to be very close to each other. Of the two sides involved in the war on water, so you can reinforce as the aggressor really fast. But something very interesting and very important to point out is that MBL has placed his dogs on the left-hand side of his island. That is not the most aggressive position, if you ask me.
I don't know, man. Yeah, the last few times that I saw MBL playing as yellow, it wasn't so good for him. Although this time around, it's Capture H actually providing the colors, not the actual players. But yeah, Fire is already in Fuel Age, and he's been going for a few Fire galleys that he's going to be going forward with. Tato's already in Fuel Age, and it's the same situation. It's actually the opposite situation for Secret over here. Tato's going to have the dogs on the right-hand side of his island. So kind of a mirrored situation when compared to the left-hand side.
I just wonder also for MBL how well it's going to go for him. He has 3 dogs after all. He will be able to reinforce. But it is Viper actually with a massive advantage. If he is just engaging very soon, he also adds normal galleys already. He will have a nice composition very soon that might result in a snowball type of effect, in which MBL might suffer a lot.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Nice. And Fire indeed is going for Demolition Raft instead. That's an interesting one. So regular galleys are going to be taking down fishing ships a lot faster than Fire galleys. But Fire galleys are going to be a lot better against regular galleys, so you need to find that good balance between regular galleys, Fire galleys, even adding in a few Demolition Rafts to try and fight a massed army or a massed navy of Fire galleys as well is going to be very important.
Yeah, we have to pay a lot of attention to this one, because things might just change really, really quickly in this game on water. It could be extremely decisive, considering any kind of move. Also, the big question still, this tournament has not been able to deliver a concrete answer here. What happens if you lose the water on this map? What is more important, water or land? We've seen different results. One team having all the water and still losing. One team having all the land still losing. Things like that might happen, but I believe that it's the land that is going to be so important. And for that one, of course, neglecting the water cannot function neither. You need to ensure that you can land at some spot, and it's very important. Doubt going for Fuel Age, and he is also preparing his landing in a few seconds, and so is actually Nikov.
So people been saying how Fire is the best water player in the world, and Fire is with a 3-1 KV already taking a bunch of fishing ships actually from the Secret team. He's been showing how it's done.
Yeah, for sure, man. Fire on water is one of the most dangerous things out there. Obviously, of course, Viper, the dancer, the galley dancer, still also able to achieve great things here, but easier said than done. It is just a very, very nice performance so far from Fire.
I really enjoy this as well, since the new expansions that we have this like rock, paper, scissors kind of thing on water as well, since before it was either go for you just had the choice to go for regular galleys, right, in Fuel Age, until you got the fire ships out. And now having fire galleys, demolition rafts as well is pretty exciting.
Well, yeah, it makes it certainly a bit more exciting for sure, even though the old school heads say, oh my god, what did you do to my beautiful old school days? But I think it was interesting, important events to change that, but long way to go to make it actually really even more interesting for everyone. We'll get there one day. I'm very positive. Also positive, the moves of the pocket players who are now officially landing. Doubt now adding even a stable to the cause. And going for Castle Age. Nikov is there already. He might be able to drop his TCs right away. We'll
Oh,
check out what exactly he's going to do.
that was a good shot with the demolition raft over here onto fire galleys, but now, yeah, Tato is getting pushed back and the numbers are looking significantly better for the red player. And on the other side of the map, MBL is playing with fire, Kappa, and also quite literally. But he was with a very, very cramped army or navy of fire galleys over there. He took a very awful demolition shot from the Viper, and the Viper is going to be going out to Castle H as well. MBL going out to Castle H. And I think the first player who is going up, which is the second player going up, Doubt, is... I am really curious to see what he's gonna do, because Nikov's already up, and Nikov already landed. He started going for a few military buildings, and yeah, he's going for... Sorry, Doubt landed, sorry. Yeah, oh my god. Choking with casting today. Sorry, Nikov is going for longboats, and Doubt has already landed, so we have a very clear different approach here for both teams. And I am very curious to see what Doubt's going to do on water, because I have not seen a turret ship out. Okay, I think that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I mean, basically what the big idea is that Doubt wants to go for the land, obviously, right? We see he has his market, he has the TC, he has even the stable for the map control, and he's currently doing that, so just making sure that no one is going to be able to land without any issues. And Nikov takes the different approach. He says, no, I need to go on water because I feel that Viper is getting too powerful and BL needs my help. We need to actually crush this dude down. But at the same time, neglecting the land at this point against the Koreans player. And I believe, you know, Koreans are not the big pushing civilization, but they can maintain the ground pretty easily. First of all, of course, going to Castle Age. If you got the knights, you just make use of the knights. You don't have bloodlines, so what? In the beginning, you just have the knights, and that's so important. And then drop towers, drop castles, or drop TCs. That's the way to go. And all of a sudden, the opposition might not have any spot to land on anymore.
Yeah, there is going to be a positional aspect to towers for Koreans, but there is going to be a different aspect to knights, which are, of course, mobile units. You cannot really roam around the map with towers and actually deny resources or do stuff the way that you can with knights. So definitely. And in terms of water and land balance, the earlier the game, the most important that the water is, just because of it being a very big part of your eco. But the later the game goes, then the more important the land becomes, because even with elite cannon galleon or elite longboats, you're not going to be able to deny the full middle island with only navy.
Yeah, at least Somi was not able to achieve that one against Heresy, if I remember correctly. Nikov going for MPLH at a very, very good time here, making use of his insane economy. He has 21 fishing boats, contributing a lot towards that very plan of his. So once again, he is going for a fast imp. Last time, it resulted in a nearly instant GG there with that imp. But in this case, it is just simply different because he is on the water. You have said it. It will be elite longboats for sure. And then try to crush your position down like that. But Doubt has landed. Doubt is up there. And I just wonder if that's going to be soon enough to actually deal enough damage that it's not going to be possible for Secret anymore to actually take care of the land like that. I don't know. I need to pay attention to what Nikov's doing. Now surrounding the enemy islands, trying to kill those as much as possible.
Last time around, I remember that Nomad was suggesting that Nikov might be going up to Fast Imperial to try and get some Vikings Condottieri out, but we didn't see that pan out. And this time around, we're gonna see actually Doubt trying to take map control with towers. I think he has already spotted Nikov trying to land over here. He's gonna be denying the TC, I think.
Well, that is actually, yeah, pretty much as expected with, you know, Doubt, guard towers.
Yeah.
That TC is gone, at least for now.
And
more towers are going to be added.
That was beautiful. And to everyone saying Fire is the best water player in the world, Fire had an insane KD. Unfortunately, I think he stopped investing into water as heavily, so his KD went down a little bit. But for one moment, I think it was like 16-5 or something like that. It was just nuts.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. This is how it's supposed to be. He does a really great job. But as you said, maybe the focus is now shifting. I also see the outsiders are still trying to land. And MBL making use of his cheap battle elephants. That might be useful to deal with the towers. But easier said than done, because Doubt is up there as well, trying to drop more and more guard towers.
Doubt is doing a beautiful job. That TC foundation is not good anymore, so Nika would be good just deleting it. But where is he going to land? Because on water, MBL is getting the bad elephants out, but we already have Viper about to get his TC up, and Viper Scout is also scouting the elephant, so I will not be surprised to see from Doubt a monastery coming up, or even for the Viper. And just that's the intel that allows you to take better decisions. And I am not really sure if MBL has that information. He has not scouted the middle island at all, and he's trying to get a castle with 3 villagers. Oh man.
Yeah, that's quite ambitious if you ask me, because if you're up against 7 Koreans, villagers, you know, and what is Viper gonna do there? Is he he's attacking with the Vil, okay? But yeah, that castle's not gonna go up. That castle's not gonna go up.
It shouldn't go up.
At least not for now, unless the elephants are now focusing it down, but wow,
yeah,
MBL wants to get it up.
Elephants will take the tower down. I think the castle will go up. It's just going to be delayed a little bit, but the villager count for MBL is decent, so he can afford to lose a few villagers, but he needs to start taking better trades afterwards, because we have dealt with a bunch of more villagers.
Also, just for the record, Tato's taking a really great fight currently against Fire, that is, on the very, very right-hand side. I believe, as you said, Fire may be neglecting it because he had other plans for now. He has also landed, but his landing party just got not denied, but stopped because of Doubt's guard tower there for now, and he has lost the water. Tato is up there and ready for more stuff.
It is about time now for Fire to transition a lot of his economy to the middle island. But they don't have the map control. Once again, it's Secret here with a very solid grip, going for another castle up here in the middle as well. That is going to be the second castle in the middle island.
Yeah, that is dangerous stuff. Just also look at the economy at this point. Viper has been idling this TC for a long time. He has also lost a couple of vills, a very low number of vills, 47. The others are, yeah, definitely better, but it seems that Outsiders doesn't have too many vills on average. Especially Doubt has way more than Nikov here. Different approaches simply. Very interesting, but the amount of fire of the fishing boats make it somewhat even again. So everything is still possible for both sides, it seems.
Definitely.
I just wonder if MBL is going to be able to make the difference here with Battle Elephants and Pyramid Warriors.
Some Karambit Warriors coming out as well for MBL. That's going to be a potentially very valuable unit for Raven if he can get a good mass up. But he's not going for more. He's focusing on Siege right now, which is fine. Yeah, Siege is going to be a lot better against Korean monks because of them not getting redemption.
Yeah.
So it's good in a certain way to force Doubt to go for monks rather than other civilization, because yeah, those rounds are going to be taking the towers down, and the monks are going down to the Karambit now as well, and that is pretty good. Pretty good for outsiders.
Very important. I guess MBL is the type of guy to deal with that kind of stuff. Wherever he sees monks, wherever he is just reminded of the arena meta, he is just able to succeed with a lot of hate and other kind of negative affection. He just crushes down everything like that, and it's working. As I said, it looks really good so far. It might be that Doubt is not going to be able to hold everything with just a couple of keeps. Maybe he should have invested more into keeps or just castles. Easier said than done. Currently not working. For now, MBL is gaining back a lot of territory in the middle.
Yeah, I think it is a situation, as we were discussing earlier, of trying to get some units out first so that you can secure most of the map with mobile units, then you can start going for towers to try and secure map control. But it's pretty good because Doubt, even though he let MBL land, he managed to get so many villagers and such a strong economy. Now he's got very good siege over here, 4 trebuchets. He managed to take the castle down for MBL, and I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be able to go forward and start taking down the castles from both Nikop and the one that MBL's building on the hill in the south.
Yeah, let's see. MBL has a lot of ambitions, but Doubt wants to crush them. Going for Imperial Edge, exactly. He will go for Forced Levy and just push as hard as possible. That's the big idea, but without the castle, that's going to be a bit of a tough one. It seems that Doubt is still up there, trying his very best. Nikov helping out MBL also, so we gotta wait a little bit more as the players are going to Imperial Age.
Actually, I do see a reason over here for Doubt not to take the castle down. I actually see 7 good reasons over here. He doesn't have any counter to the elephants, actually. He's not been going for pikemen or halberdier. He doesn't have any more new monks either. So yeah, his push is not gonna keep going until they get something to fight this with.
Yeah, that will take some time for sure. Maybe enough time for the outsiders to make something out of it. Fire is also, doing a acceptable job here, trying to join the mix as well in the middle. Yeah, Trebuchet war starting in the south. Nikov initiating it.
Right.
And the two teams are just coming very close to each other.
Oh man, that is so bad for Doubt. He lost 1 trebuchet before he had the chance to deploy it. So now the huge advantage that he had by having twice as many numbers is gone. Now it's going to be an even fight with 3 versus 3 trebuchets. It's just Doubt sending a few villagers forward, trying to take the trebs down with vills, I think. Oh no, those were the villagers that he sent to get the castle up. Sorry.
Castle, yeah. Yep, pretty much. Now the chat is also saying that we're currently on 1K plus viewers. This is awesome. Great stuff. I believe for VO that is a great accomplishment in 2019. So congrats, and it's just game number 2, right? There's more to come, for sure.
Yes, we got 1K, so I actually kind of missed the dono. My bad. I'm gonna take a quick look at the log right now. We're gonna play it back. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
probably talking.
It's all good. I'll be.
Oh, 1,000 viewers. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering where's the alert sound. I didn't hear any. We're at 1K. Beautiful.
I said 1K viewers.
Oh,
why
bad,
is
man.
Nomad here? No, it's not your fault. Just fire Nomads, and that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Toxic. All good, but is it going to be even more toxic? Doubt is pushing like there's no tomorrow. Now with Arbalest, Trebuchets, Keeps, it's just more and more. Very interesting situation because I don't see too much currently from the outsiders on land. Yeah, what is the plan here? What are they currently attempting to do? Because also Viper getting to Imperial Age, it's going to get very, very dangerous when Secret is ready.
5 out of 6 players now in Imp, which means that the army composition potential is going to be extremely high. We might be able to see some very unusual units over here, depends on what teams want to go for. But right now, Doubt is dominating here with the 3 trebuchets, his uncontested, a lot of arbalests, and we don't have any units from outsiders. We have a few elite skirmishers from Nikop, but it's certainly not enough. He's going for ring archer armor, so these are not even fully upgraded. He's got a lot of archery ranges, but I think he's not going to be able to mass enough to counter this before both castles go down. So that's going to be troubles, and it seems like Secret's strategy of prioritizing land, as we have seen in the past, is paying off a lot better than prioritizing water from the middle game onwards.
No, it seems like that very much. For real, I'm just waiting for MBL to do something about it. He has a couple of 200 swordsmen ready, 24 to be very exact, but he will be up against Arbalest, so you can have as many as you want, but if you don't do anything against these Arbalest, that will be dangerous and very difficult to solve. And as you said, outsiders are losing more ground over here.
Yes.
Fire now also trying his best with his condottieri. That might be a solution. But it will take some time. And I believe that Viper is going to do some stuff as well with his Genoese crossbowman. Look at that.
Yeah, Genoese are not going to be as useful as regular Arbalists against any units that isn't a cavalry unit. However, I think at this point in time, Force Levy is valuable, but it's not going to be enough. So I am really happy to see a lot of condottieri here from Fire, as you were stating before. And with these amount of elite skirmishers from Nika, they might be in a good position to actually start pushing back. And maybe Daud's gonna lose a castle or two over here. We have 2 Trochets already from the purple player.
Yeah, seems like that. And look at that Tato. That the Socracy. So that's gonna be very interesting as well. Maybe his harvests are gonna zone very essential spots here. Something that we have to keep an eye on, that we have to have an eye on as well. Let's see. But most importantly, the fight here in the south with Fire involved, MBL involved, trying to slowly, steadily march forward. But Dowd is ambitious enough to actually take care of that. But will he be able to do that on his own? Because I don't know, I'm just looking out for the other team members from Secrets. You don't see too much because most important, of course, Tata does his work on water.
Yeah.
Focusing on Fire's military production. That might be very helpful, but we gotta wait.
So one thing that I'm very surprised to not see here is some Viking infantry units. I will love to see probably Viking condottieri, something else, because it's going to be a lot better, right? At this point in the game, it's going to be 20% extra HP for any Viking infantry.
Yeah, very much. But for now, Nikov is in a spot where he is supposed to invest all of the food for the sake of a lot of elite skirms to be able to deal with both Dowd and Viper. And that might force the 2 secret members to actually change the ideas, and we see it right there. Viper's now focusing on condottieri himself.
It's a very close game at this point. We did manage to see that castle going out for Tato, even though he lost a few villagers over there. And the villager count is going to be still quite even for both teams. And then at this point in the game, usually you would see trade in other maps, but over here we don't see any just yet. So it's going to be people just trying to fight for the actual goal in the middle island. And so far, it seems like even though Secret definitely has more of the middle island secured, a lot of it's still contested.
Yeah, pretty much. It is very, very difficult to determine who's going to make it here at this spot because both sides are ambitious to actually achieve some stuff. Tato doing the most of the work on the background, sniping off the villas on the shorelines that is, and quite successful actually because Nikov is losing a lot of villas here. That's of course quite useful. But I also think that the outsiders push might be a very tough thing to deal with because they're still not being stopped. And it seems that Fire is now sniping TCs, marching out over there and taking away what Tato has claims.
Outsider is definitely on the clock though, because I was taking a look at the gold piles available to them and they are about to run out. So even though they do have still a little bit of gold income, they need to claim control of this one. They need to claim control of other golds in the middle area, otherwise they are going to be switching over to trash units, except for the 200 swordsmen of course. But it's not going to be good, so they are on the clock and Secret is taking the lead in villagers count and they are taking the lead as well in military count.
Yeah, I mean if they neglect it, of course that will be very, very tough without gold. I mean Nikov potentially doesn't need too much of it. You can potentially also just give it to the others. But you're right. I'm also looking at the gold piles. I mean, there's still some left, at least. But
yeah, for now they're going to be fine.
Yeah, for now it might be okay, but we'll see. Viper now going for full infantry. Interesting. He goes for... Wait a second. He goes for 200 swordsmen at this point. He has Italians. Interesting, to say the least. I wonder why exactly he is actually considering this. Maybe it's something that the others would not expect, but they called already, understanding that they have lost too much territory.
What a game! And it's been the same situation every time that we have seen migration. The team to first get a hold of the middle island is going to be the team coming up on top. So equalizer game for Secret. We're going to have a score of 1-1, and we're going to jump into the third game very, very soon.
All fine. I'll just go ahead and quickly introduce the players.
Perfect.
I'll start on the right hand side with the infamous Snake. he has the Britons. His pocket is going to be Dautovic with the Slavs, and Tato with the Spanish on the left-hand side. Then on the very left-hand side of this map, we have Fire with the Kells. His pocket is going to be Nikov with the Slavs, and MBL with the Mongols. Didn't I just say this? Exact positions like this? I said this, man. I'm very sure I said. Cool. So yeah, interesting. So left-hand side is going to be Celts versus Spanish, in theory, and on the right-hand side we would have Mongols and the Britons, just for the record, for now.
Right. Okay, so what to expect from this? Do you think which team do you think is going to be going aggressive, very aggro early on?
Well, the thing is, we got MBL with Mongols once again. That is very, very dangerous for anyone being up against that. He's currently also stealing that boar for the record,
nice.
And Viper is not able to actually take that. Very interesting. Normally, the one player who is able to deny the infamous lame, perfect lame by MBL to keep the cold and, just... Oh my god, man. Beautifully done. But yeah, he wasn't successful. Very good. I think that MBL might start the game with scouts. In theory, he has the potential to go for double scouts if we look at Nikov as well in combination. Might be possible. But on the other side, we also have Fire with the Kells. It's very interesting that Secret doesn't have the Kells here. They only have the Britons. So, I think Outsiders will be more aggressive, but Viper will also do his own things as much as possible. But we'll see. After a lane like that, he will be severely injured, economically speaking.
Even though Celts are predominantly an infantry and siege civilization, Slavs are actually an infantry and siege civilization as well, despite them going for a cavalry most of the time. So they're not going to be lacking in that regard. The thing is, I think combination is going to be a little bit stronger for Secret because we don't have like a strong cavalry civilization for Outsiders, while we do have Spanish for Tato, for instance, and that could be super valuable in the late game.
Yeah, extremely. I mean, having the Spanish in your team, that is a blessing for the later part of the game. I think it's very essential. And knowing that you are on Oasis, of course, there is a high chance that you will be staying in this game for a longer period of time. Though, let's also just remind the viewers, this is the version with less wood on Oasis. So, theoretically, the games will not go as long. At least that's the theory here.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Let's check it out. The players are preparing themselves, and Viper, in my opinion, does the correct thing here. He is just walling like there's no tomorrow. He knows that he will not be able to succeed as the aggressor, being one board down, being up against MBL. So better just to deny any potential scouts that could be incoming. MBL has now clicked up, and he would be performing a 20 pop scouts rush, it seems, and he won't be going anywhere against those walls unless someone joins him with archers, but that is not going to happen. So the right-hand side seems to be decided, seems to be more like a peaceful approach, unless, of course, as we know from MBL, he can get, provoked quite easily. Indeed, it's happening. He's going to trush, man. He sees the walls. He just immediately goes for the trush. Makes sense. Toxic.
Yeah, he knows. That is a very quick reaction time as well, which is trademark for these kind of players at this level for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also looking at Tato here. He is losing a Vil to double scouts action. And Tato's actually also marching forward. And he's going to go for the Spanish trush on Fire, who is going for mad arms, most likely. Yeah, with a single Vil on gold, interestingly.
That's going to be potentially a lot worse for Fire. First of all, because he doesn't have Minotaurs yet, so these villagers can more than likely take a good trade against those militias, but also because he doesn't have walls, so it's going to be an extra layer of protection that Viper's gonna have that Fire doesn't have right now.
Interesting. I said that he wants to go for mad arms, but indeed it's 23. Is that a rush into archers? It seems like it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this is going. Tato at least has been stopped. He's placing that barracks right away. He is still having the intention of dropping towers, but for now he's not going anywhere. The vills are safe and sound for now, but he's waiting for Fire to make his move.
Now we also have a few militia over here for the Viper into MBL's base, but MBL went for the quick wall, so we're not going to see any damage over there. On the other hand, MBL already got the tower up and he is about to break through the palisade. He managed to break through the palisades right now, and that is going to be problematic for the Viper. And you can see how, even though Oasis is usually associated with long games, it can be quite hectic from the very beginning as well, so the palisades are not going to save you, man.
Yeah, pretty much. It can become very, very dangerous. But something that Viper's currently also keeping in mind, I assume. He's now building Age of Gates type of palisade gates, and successfully even. Beautiful. But the scouts will not care too much about that one. But the quick walls are on fleek. Look at that. Everything is safe. But could be that MBL is just going to drop another tower over there on that gold. Very valuable. Viper needs to react with a counter tower very soon. Needs to deny that first very, very impactful tower inside of his base.
So I'm not really sure what MBL's plan is right now, because he is going for scouts. He does not have any villagers into stone, and these 5 villagers that he has forward cannot build another tower. He just doesn't have the resources.
No, that's more than problematic.
On the left hand side we also have a small skirmish over here with a few villagers and some military units.
Oh, yeah, indeed. In the end, Fire actually went for man-at-arms, interestingly. But he has 3 vills on gold, so he actually needs to drop that archery range quite soon. Going for more and more spearmen, interestingly, just to be able to survive that poke war.
Oh man, but he's been taking losses. What is the villager count for the red player right now?
Villager count for Fire, you mean? It's 23.
23 right now.
It's not great at all, does it?
Not looking
a lot of investment. A lot of an investment.
Oh man, but MBL scouts are now inside Doubt space.
Yeah, true indeed. True indeed. I mean, still, Doubt was able to react. That's a lot of idle time, but I guess... Fair enough. Fair enough. There's more things to do, because MBL is also still in there with his vills, and he will be dropping that tower very soon on Viper's gold. Just trying to annoy him for as much as possible, and Viper now immediately answering with a counter tower. Very important.
On the left hand side, the situation has stabilized a little bit with Dato going back home, but after taking a few losses actually, as the villager count's now going to be the same as Fire's, and actually it's going to be a little bit lower now. It's going to be falling behind it. I think a lot of damage has been done on the left hand side, not so much on the right, but now with the archers from the Viper under MBL's tower, we could potentially see some villagers from the yellow player going down here, and that would be very, very bad for outsiders, of course.
Yeah, of course, with that kind of investment, you have 5 vills not contributing towards anything economically inside of your base. They must be successful in some different ways, but he is not the one with fletching yet. His towers will be inferior. Viper seems to have things under control. Not according to the plan of MBL. Left hand side, by the way, Tato going for stone walls.
Do you feel like he has any other choices, any other options for this?
Well, the thing is, if he was just up against Fire, I would say yes, but it seems that Nikov is just assisting that heavily, that it seems to be the better choice just to go for the stone walls, to make sure that nothing bad is going to happen. But speaking of which, these scouts are about to go in, and there we go. Oh man! There we go. There we go. It's happening.
But that's going to be getting cleaned up here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to protect Tato very much because of the spearmen from Fire.
Yeah. At least a bit of damage. Especially Tato suffers the most. He's investing a lot with his vills. He has idols. It's not going too great here.
Oh man. And there is even one tile that he didn't manage to hammer. That is so
that can decide everything. Yeah, lucky, unlucky, really far away, really hard to actually close that one. Another villager now invested for the sake of closing that one, actually. So yeah, not the strongest economy, I strongly assume, from Tato. Sitting on 30 vills, by the way, Fire on 32. That is that. Nikov going for Castle Age first. Doubt is also on the way. What is going to be on the menu, one can ask. and it's
Well,
gonna be, yeah, just knights at this point.
it's going. I
Nikov at
think it's
least.
going to be knights, yes, for Slavs for sure, for both players. The issue here though is that MBL also lost all of the 4 villagers that he had, so he's gonna be falling behind in eco, and that is why you can see him going for stone walls himself.
Yeah, just to be safe, he knows that up against Viper, it would be a mistake to just pretend like there's no problem arising from that one. So better make sure that you'll be safe. You need that time, especially with Mongols. The early game is so sick. Mid game, well, it becomes problematic unless you have some very, very strong counters to whatever the opposition is going to do. In this case, that's a Viper. But I guess MBL just wants to buy himself some more time. Go for a boom, go for a castle, go for Mango Dai, and then we'll see. And then also siege, of course, against the Britons. I believe he's going to need a lot of that, and he has that in the future. He's going to be able to make use of that.
Right.
In the meantime, Nikov dropping 2 additional TCs, initiating his own boom.
I think there is a little bit of a misconception over here. I think outsiders, the reason that why they were going for stone walls, I think they believed that they were further behind than they were actually. Because of MBL losing villagers and actually Fire losing a few villagers as well, but the villager count was not that different. They are still behind for sure, but I think they are probably overestimating the advantage for Secret.
Maybe. In my opinion, going for the safety is always the main premise that will keep you alive. But people were asking in the chat also, what's that yellow thingy in that corner on the right hand side? That's just sheep. 3 sheep from MBL. That's not a sneak. It was just a result of the Vils and Scouts strolling around and able to get their hands on a couple of additional resources.
So 2 things over here. First, speaking about teams, actually there is a little detail over here. Remember that Fire got his bow aimed by MBL. We actually saw Doubt send a bunch of sheep towards the Viper's base, and that is a type of synergy that you want to see in a top level team. And then there is also the fact that outsiders thinking that they are actually in a worse position than what they actually are might be a double-edged sword, because they are going to want to try and take more risks, try and even things out, but that could be, of course, risky and could be going either way. Might end up working in favor of Secret, actually.
Might be. It might be. We'll find out. Nikov now just going in with 3 knights. He has bloodlines, he has +1. Just tries to see what the others are up for. And in the meantime, MBL trying to close the right-hand side of his walling project. On the left-hand side, we have Fire preparing siege and pikemen.
That's good, and that's something that I love to see from Celts. But yeah, it was a little bit too risky over here, in my opinion, for Nika, just to try and dive in and try to find some place to do damage. And now he's getting cleaned up, and I'm not really sure if he managed to get a single villager. I'm not really sure if he managed to get a bunch of military units either. But at the very least, Outsider is going to be getting the villager lead now, once again.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, 10 vills on average. Great stuff. But we'll see how much that's going to be effective for them. Because, as I said, what Nikov did there was not the most useful thing. In the meantime, Secret is just cleaning up the mess that was created by MBL. Viper has messed up a nice amount of archers. Very soon, crossbowmen, as he's going to Castle Age as well. And on the left-hand side, that is an issue for Tato, but he has the castle up, and he will go for conks. If he does it correctly, he's going to be able to snipe everything, but that requires good numbers, good micro, hopefully not too much of lag, and then it could be possible.
Well, going for Conquistadors, of course, is going to be a little bit expensive on the food side. So yeah, he doesn't have multiple TCs, and he is very far behind the villager count when compared to Fire. But Conquistadors can, and they do have the potential to turn things around. They can start taking vill after vill. Seeing a group of 4 Conquistadors taking down 10 to 15 vills is not unheard of. But it's, as you said, going to require control, and it's going to require a few small groups of Conquistadors going around.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Tato is someone who can do that. It also depends on how well the game is going connection-wise and all these little details. But I think with these people involved, it's going to be fine. I think Tato has the chances. Also approaching on the left-hand side with a sneaky stable, so to speak, getting husbandry, making sure that his Kongs are as fast as possible. And on the right-hand side, back to the action over there, together with Doubt and the Snake. It seems that they are not too happy with MBL's walling attempt, and they want to take that down. And MBL forced to go for some emergency walls. Some very, very emergency type of walls, if I can estimate that kind of way. Wow, love gates, man. Look at these gates.
Oh, that is pretty good. I'm not really sure if it's gonna be able to gate the whole way to the edge of the map though. Let's see. But anyway, it's going to be, I think, the Siege Workshop is going to be the weakest link over here.
Yeah, I think so. Once it's surrounded by knights, then it's gonna crumble very soon. I know, at this point, MBL is very, very weak. Also Tato in comparison, right?
Yes,
we have MBL with 49 vills, we have Tato with 44. But it seems that Tato currently has this, a thing going on in which he can deal more damage if he reacts correctly and just doesn't die with the amount of units that he has. But MBL, fully reactive. Yes. He will have so many problems very soon. Viper even getting Yeoman. He's just making use of the civilization that he has. And it is very important that he's going to receive some support. This is not going to go well for too long.
Well, I did spot as well Nikov going for the pikeman upgrade, and him about to hit Imperial Age means that he's going to be going for Halberdier, and he's going to be supporting Fire in the Siege plus pikeman production. So Fire is going to be able to switch into World Raider production if needed, and he already has enough stone for a castle, so I think we're going to see that switch. We're going to see the Slab player going for infantry, for Halberdier, and we're going to see the Celt player going for Woodies for sure.
Yeah, that could be nice. If they're given enough time to actually make this transition work, it could be very useful. Though I think the right-hand side is the biggest problem right now, as Secret is in, and very soon MBL needs to understand that he cannot continue like this unless Nikov is going to help out. But where's Nikov? Left-hand side, as you said it, helping on Fire over here. Is it worth it to leave MBL behind like that, or is it just that they cannot help him anymore? 56 villagers, 4 military units, and MBL is going to lose very, very soon.
I don't think they're going to be getting away with this, man. Because Secret right now is setting the pace of the game. They are picking their fights and whatnot. On the left-hand side, sure, we're going to have Nikov and Fire potentially breaking through the walls of Tato and going in. But we already had the Viper and Doubt inside MBL's base. And they are just a few seconds away from reaching Nikov if they want to redirect their armies over there. So it's definitely outsiders here on the back foot, even though they have a slight villager lead that could very, very much change in the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think so as well. They just need to realize that MBL is busy with himself anyway, and it's time to focus on Nikov, and this is exactly what's happening. Very, very important move by Secret to actually shift the focus onto the pocket player of Outsiders, because the real philosophy of Outsiders is deal the same damage that is currently being done to us to equalize the very situation that we're in. The MPL is, about to get wrecked, so go for Tato, deal the same thing, but Tato is simply faster. He gets up the second layer of walls. I reckon that he has a couple of other tricks prepared as well to make sure that Nikov's push is not going to be fast enough. And once Doubt and Viper arrive into Nikov's base, that's going to be a problem that he will most likely not be able to solve.
Also noticing Doubt going for the Lone Swordsman upgrade, so he noticed that Nikov's the one going for Halberdier in Siege is going to be going for two-handed Swordsman in Imperial Age, potentially Champion as well. That's going to be good. That's going to be good against Halves and against Siege. But is it going to be here fast enough? Doubt is just now getting the barracks up, so Tato's going to have to do a little bit of magic over here to hold on a little bit more. And he's trying.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, he is trying. Exactly, he's trying. And look at Nikov's space at the moment. I'm just constantly looking at it. It's GG. They had no chance like this.
GG has been called. That was very well played from Secret. I was not expecting it to end like that.
That fast.
That fast, indeed.
There we go.
Perfect. So we're gonna still be using the warm colors for Outsiders. The cool colors for Secret. Do you want to go ahead and introduce the civilizations?
Sure, I just need to double check if I have the colors correct. Just you, yeah, cold colors. You call that cold colors, right? Those
Yeah,
blue
cool.
colors. Right. Okay. Lol. Okay, then I'll start, and I'll go for the very north. We'll start with the snake again. The Viper with the Mayans MVP type of civilization, at least from his point of view, I guess. And his pocket is going to be dealt with the Persians, the Farsis, beautiful. And then in the south, we have Tato with the Teutons. On the other side in the south, we have Fire with the Aztecs. The pocket is going to be Nikov with the Spanish. Last but not least, we have MBL in the north again with the Teutons.
I love this, man. I love this, and we have seen in the past as well Incas in the same situation, or Koreans as well, but because Secret doesn't have Korean, and I'm not really sure if Outsider is saving them for the future, you do see 1 or 2 Trashian civilizations over here, so it's going to be action-packed from minute 10 probably.
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm also happy to see that Fire has Aztecs. I guess again. I remember that he was smushed. Also, I love you too, my friends. I love you too. Thank you for these warm messages. But yeah, I remember where he was just. It was, I believe, not last week or anything like that, but I guess during the quarterfinals. But that was an insane game. He I don't know. He can actually do that quite nicely. So looking forward to seeing him with the Aztecs there. Someone has said also. Someone will sling most likely. That is not going to be the case unless, of course, in Imperial Age. Just for your information, guys, slinging is not a possibility in this tournament because these maps are programmed in a way that you cannot sling. Theoretically, you can send the resource as a tribute. It will not go anywhere. It will be burned unless you got the respective Imperial Age technologies for that one.
Yeah, it's coinage, and I have not seen anyone really slinging very much. As a matter of fact, in one of the series, we had a few situations with players pretty much getting defeated almost, but even then I have not seen a lot of slinging, not even to get TCs up, so I think people are just straight up not gonna think about it.
Yeah, most likely. Just also looking at what kind of wars we're gonna have in the north and the south. So Teutons versus Mayans, that is.
Teutons going to be going for a very early push, I think, with towers. Mayans are going to want to hold on until Castle Age.
Yeah, I believe so as well. That would be a logical procedure, unless of course Viper wants to think outside of the box over here. It could very well be as well. In the south, Aztecs versus Teutons. That is a very interesting one because Aztecs Teutons very, very strong. Epic arena sys, for instance. But there's the saying that Teutons might have a decent shot at that one.
Right.
Because of their Civ bonus. But I don't think that it will matter right now because Tato is going for Loom, he's going for Stone, and he will just basically do the same thing that we suspect MBL of doing very soon. That is the Trush. Let's keep in mind the Teutons Trush is going to be insane. So yeah, looking forward, man.
Just in any case, someone is not familiar with the civilization bonuses. Teutons happen to have a bonus, actually a few bonus for towers. First of all, they can garrison 5 extra villagers in each tower and they can shoot 4 extra arrows. They also have a similar bonus for TCs, which they can use for douching, but that's not going to be the case here. And they even give free murder holes. So if you got a bunch of towers up very close to your opponent's base, and they get out to Castle Age, you get out to Castle Age, they're not going to be able to take them down very easily because of the free murder holes. That is, in and of itself, a very, very nice bonus considering the possibility of towers for Teutons. And we can see right away 7 villagers going forward for Tato.
Exactly. It is happening. Slowly, steadily, but it seems that Fire is aware of the situation here in the south. And he seems to be determined to actually do something about that as well. As he's marching out, actually. And in the north, so far nothing happening. The reason for that one is, of course, MBL is just chilling. Viper with the ball lane that has been mentioned in the chat. Yeah, we've seen that. But yeah, your love messages, please, on private chat to me. I want to see it all. But most importantly, for now, I want to see what Tato is doing here with those beautiful gates. Is that even going to work? Because Fire doesn't care too much about that.
Oh man. Oh yeah, did I miss the lane? Damn it. Such a noob caster, man. Just paying attention to 14 things at once, not 15. Damn it.
Yeah, you're a tournament host. How could you, man? Come on, man.
It's
so
cringy.
So Titanic, man.
Nah,
I will never
it's
cast
okay,
with you again. I will never cast with you again.
This is so bad for Tato though. He's already lost one villager, and he's gonna be able to get one tower up, and that's gonna be good for denying one of the golds over here. But is it going to be enough? I don't think so.
We'll see. Because for now, the situation is developing in a way I haven't expected it. Fire is now ignoring whatever is going on there, marching forward, and actually aiming for Tato himself. But Tato will most likely be able to respond to that one. At least he should be aware that Fire is currently not there anymore. So anticipation-wise, stuff might happen here very soon.
Yeah, I think right now Fire is not hard-pressed to do anything against this, as these towers are not going to be that big of a deal. So he's just going for a few walls behind the walls, and that's going to keep him safe for the time being. I don't think that's going to be the same situation for Tato though. That tower coming out from the red player is going to push him away from the stone, and as we can see right now, he doesn't have a different stone mine to take stone from, so he really needs to do something about this.
That's very urgent. I like that MBL is actually able to go for Castle Age quite decently here.
That is
so
great.
He must have had 4 boys, I guess. So there's no other explanation for this. It's awesome. It's awesome. Totally something that is the case. But also interesting to see that Nikov is going for the next stage as well. So I'm expecting some even more of aggression here from the outsiders. Even though Secret also ambition enough to do some stuff here, but I wonder how they will do with a couple of opponents in Castle Age very soon.
That's gonna be interesting. And Nikov, of course, he's taking a lot of stone, so he's gonna be getting his castle up and some conquistadors out. And once again, MBL with Teutons in Castle Age gonna be able to go for knights.
That can become very dangerous very quickly. I'm just waiting for it to happen, actually. So a bit of time is needed. I just wonder what Doubt is going to do in all of this, right? So adding the market here, wheelbarrow, just doing his thing. He has his scouts up there trying to assist as much as possible. But it seems that he's forced to actually go back and to deal with fire inside of Tato's base. At least it seems he's going back, but no.
Take a look at the game sense here for Fire. He's preemptively going for quick walls. He didn't finish those, but he was expecting some military units to come his way. Now he's gonna have to fight.
Yeah.
There's one villager going down.
At least not more for now. But I feel that Fire is not achieving too much with this. Whatever he does, they're just gathering the stone, patrolling, just zoning. But he cannot have an impact on the gold income, potential gold income for Tato. Whereas Tato also not doing too much, you would say, but he has placed a couple of towers, denying a couple of potential resources as well. But now it's actually time for the cast stage to kick in and to do some stuff onto the secret players, because MBL in the north with his siege workshop, he's gonna go for siege.
Right, we do have a little bit of flaring going on as Tato is, getting protected here by Doubt scouts. Then what else do we have? Yeah, Nikov getting the castle up. We're gonna see the first few conquistadors out. Viper in Castle Age gonna be getting his castle up, so he's gonna be going for plumed archers, and that's an interesting one. We have the situation of Mayans on one team, then Spanish on the other team, and it's gonna be a matter of who can deal the most damage. I feel like it's probably going to be better for the Mayan in the long run, getting a little bit of a stronger eco, as Spanish are going to be struggling to produce as many villagers if they are going for conquistadors. But yeah, of course, conquistadors are very mobile. They can go around and start sniping a villager or two, and it's going to be interesting to see who is going to come out on top here.
Yeah, I'm just also looking at the developments because Viper might start to have problems over here. He has a castle decently positioned, but he's still vulnerable on the right hand side. For that one, Viper has positioned his own siege workshop on the right hand side as well to be able to deal with that. So he wants to join the Mangonel war, so to speak, but MBL might have the upper hand. At least for now, the siege workshop has been placed too late. And MBL could make use of that one, adding also a couple of spearmen just to be safe once Dowd arrives with cavalry, that is.
For sure. So Viper doesn't really see the siege workshop, but he sees the mangonel, so he's just expecting the siege workshop to be over here, especially because he can see the foundation of the barracks.
Well, I wonder how Dowd is going to solve that issue. That's... Oh, I believe it's not even that important anymore because Viper with a good trait there, sniping that mangonel. It seems as if he will also get the next one, or will he? No, he won't. It seems that Viper is okay for now. He is able to deal with it, and now with the additional help of Dowd, it might be over for whatever MBL is attempting to do. But now we also see the Conquerors of Nikov arriving. I'm not entirely sure, man.
Mangonel's going down, but we have a few conquistadors here, and I think Nikov was sending even more, so we do have a small, faint stream of conquistadors going forward, but he's not gonna be taking a proper fight over here. He doesn't really want to fight melee distance. Okay. He's gonna come out on top, so he's fine. And MBL is gonna be getting some more mangonels out. So Outsider still lives.
Yeah, they still live, but question is how much damage can they deal with their plans? Because I have the feeling that they all had individual plans over here. Now that Nikov is joined, maybe MBL can deal more damage. But I also feel that Viper has been given enough time to solve any potential problems arising from now on. And it is actually Fire clicking up first in the war with Tato here. Tato's still struggling a lot, man. Look at his base. It looks really chaotic. Yeah. But he has that gold at least. He has that gold.
You got a lot of that lone conquistador over there from Nikov. Just pushing a few farmers away from Tato's base. Getting taken care of by a camel now, though.
Yeah, so Dowd has the Persians over here. Also, Pick, I believe we haven't seen Persians on hideout in this tournament before. That might be very useful, of course. You have the camels against the Kongs. At least the Kongs will be forced to micro a lot. That will be easier said than done.
Oh, good shot against the camel, against the Plum Archer, sorry.
Yeah, for now.
Oh, what was that? Did he just shoot Nikov's?
Yeah, I guess two of them were maybe hurt, man. It could have been worse, I guess, but yeah, it was maybe a bit of a sloppy one.
Yeah.
well, happens, I guess. Happens.
All right, but so yeah. These villagers from Fire, they're gonna be okay with these spearmen over here, but he's gonna be losing one. Oh, he's actually gonna be losing all the villagers that he had close to Tato's base. And they're gonna be banking on ganging up against Dowd here, I think, as they have like mangonels and conquistadors, and Dowd is only on palisades still. He doesn't have houses or anything behind the walls. There's gonna need to do something to defend against this.
Yeah, or is it really like that? Because all of a sudden they're retreating for now? Is it because they're not aware of what Dowd is actually up to, and especially what Viper is now also able to do with a nice set of plumed archers? They're going
I think they were just trying to engage against the plumed archers. Now that the Viper retreated, they are going towards Dowd again.
Yeah, okay. Not good for Dowd, obviously. But I also find this very over-ambitious because MBL just has two mangonels there and this one building an outpost, for now at least. I feel that Dowd and Viper could clean this up, and then Outsiders would be put very, very far behind. Also, a nice amount of camels very soon.
Yes.
Camels currently with bloodlines and +1. I don't know. Outsiders push. I don't believe in it. At least for now, it seems very fragile.
Yeah. Now that we have Tato in Castle Age and he's going for that tower, I don't think he's going to be able to deny the castle coming out from Fire. But the 4 here from Nikov and MBL is certainly doomed. Not only do we have a lot of camels and Pullman archers over there, but also they wouldn't really be able to do anything, as Doubt playing with Persians, they are gonna get twice HP on TCs, and Doubt was just not really gonna be receiving a lot of damage from these units. So yeah, Outsiders getting pushed back for sure.
Also military numbers not too brilliant here for Outsiders. Viper with 23 units, 23 plumed archers, but MBL at least trying to go for a forward castle. Interesting decision.
And the forward castle from Fire got denied, by the way. It seems like Taro did have enough range in that tower to deny it.
Nice. Yeah, well.
Oh my god, the friendly fire! Oh,
he's not able to snipe it. Okay, finally. Moving the Wills helped. Awesome stuff.
Oh,
okay,
oh, the Viper's doing a fantastic job.
Why is he still attacking the castle, man? He's killed more and more Wills of his. I don't understand. MBL, man. Interesting. Highly interesting.
Castle's coming up.
Yeah, okay. MBL, Imperial Age, very soon. Nikov, there we go, he's just clicked up. And what about the circuit members, actually? If we look at them, yeah, Viper it is. There we go. Yeah, main player in Imperial Age. It's predictable, but it's also extremely dangerous. So I wonder what they're gonna do about it.
So 3 castles up here for the Viper. It seems like he's gonna be sticking to Pullman archers, and on his way to Imperial Age, those Pullman archers are gonna be getting only more powerful. Then again, Nikov going to Imperial Age, gonna be getting access to very, very nice cavalry units. Oh, and this is good. Take a look. Fire trying once again. He had to delete the castle foundation. He was trying to go for another forward castle, but now, yeah, the Viper's archers are there.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what Fire actually thinks about this, because it hasn't worked for the second or third time now. He is alone anyway. I guess the big idea is just to keep Taro busy. So there's a 2v2 happening in the north, at least idea-wise. And MBL, what does he do? That he has the castle, he has many barracks, just spearmen for now that he produces, and more siege units. Trying his best against Viper.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs the Imperial Ages to start going for trebuchets, but I'm not really sure if he's gonna be able to succeed with the Viper being on 3 castles. He's just gonna be able to outproduce Trebs.
Yeah. It will be very tough. I'm not so sure how Outsiders is going to make it here. They're running out of chances, their ambitions. I mean, I respect that they are trying to be as aggressive as possible, but it seems that Secret with that calm gameplay, making use of every bits of information they have, they're just able to control everything with ease. And Outsiders is just trying and trying.
Second castle on the way for MBL, and the first trebuchet gonna come out, but we also have trebuchets on the way for the Viper from all 3 castles, and it's exactly what we were afraid of for MBL.
Yeah, that's not looking too bright. Nikov going for Cavalier in the background, plate botting. He might be able to help out MBL when it comes to sniping, and indeed that's currently happening as he's placing more and more stables. He will maybe try to come close to the castles, snipe the traps. But if you're up against plumed archers, well, as long as they're not fully upgraded, it can still work. We'll find out, I guess. Doubt taking his time to go for Imperial Age, but very soon he's going to be there as well. He has the Persians. He will go for Cavalier at least. Nice economy currently. Villager count is okay, but Nikov's boom is just next level.
He's also going to be able to go for camels if he wanted to. And even though we are going to have some infantry here from the Teuton player, the Plume Archers should be able to defend the cavalry. Oh, this is huge though for Nikov. He's gonna start sniping the trebuchets, and the quick walls did not come up fast enough for the Viper.
Well, if he wasn't able to actually do that, I feel that Viper's position would be way superior, no matter the economical discrepancies there. But this snipe is very valuable, and it actually changes the whole dynamics in the current situation that we have. Because Viper has now given away his entire lead in that kind of sense.
Now, that was, I think, 1600 resources down the drain for the Viper. But at the very least, he managed to clean up all the Cavalier. He did get the castle down, and even though he is going to lose one himself, is probably going to be able to take the second castle down for MBL. So let's take a look over here and see if the Viper can deal with those trebuchets before they become a problem.
Yeah, most likely it will not be possible like that, unless, of course, Doubt is going to have a huge impact here.
Yes.
Thing is, Viper just fully relied on the strength of his castles and the trebuchets, didn't expect a mistake like this to happen. And now he's so much behind. He needs to step up the upgrades on his plumed archers. Chemistry now kicking in very soon, also for the trebuchets. But now it's Doubt. He needs Doubt. And Doubt takes his time. Nikov going for Paladin already. He does have it very soon. And Doubt has not even clicked up for it. He's saving up the resources. This is very lethal. I didn't think like that. I thought that Viper's not going to allow this kind of a mistake to happen, but it is going to happen. Sick stuff.
Okay, trebuchet, not trebuchet. Okay, perfect. Duly noted, thank you. But yeah, I don't know, was that 5 trebuchet? In that regard, then that should be like 2,000 resources, right? I think.
I guess I'll leave mathematics to the nerds.
Okay.
I'm too cool for it, man. I'm too cool for it, basically.
Man. This push is so strong from outside. There's a lot of paladins and onagers here, even halberdier on the way from MBL. And this became an issue right now for the Viper. He was not able to snipe those, and even though he did have a little help over here from Doubt, it was not enough. The numbers are just superior for outsiders.
Damn, man. Who would have thought, man? Just 5 minutes ago it looked the other way around. It seems that they could not capitalize on any kind of lead they had, and outsiders could just make use of, right now, stronger economy. All of a sudden, the plan of MBL connected real well to the one of Nikov. We have some synergy going on, and it is just Viper about to lose everything here very soon.
So we have the same situation that we had last game, where one team is getting pushed real hard and they, on the other side of the map, they are trying to push. So you can see Doubt going towards Fire's base, gonna try to do some damage over there. But they are trying to undo damage that Nikov has done already. And I don't think that's gonna be possible. And they're gonna keep taking more and more damage if they cannot put a stop to this push.
That's crazy. Tato wheelbarrow, by the way, 14th minute. Solid stuff, but yeah, it's only 61 farms that he has. Well, it happens, I guess. What about Viper? What is he gonna do? 70 volts and decreasing, and it's not looking too great for him. They're gonna do something about it. It's just a Doubt trying to force the game with his own paladins, but I feel that with onagers and also Nikov's paladins, that will be a very, very difficult thing to achieve. At least Viper got them upgraded, fully upgraded, the plume dodges, but
this has been very good. Collective micro, team micro here from outsiders. As you saw, Nikov just sending the paladin behind so that Doubt could not snipe the onagers, and as a result, Doubt losing more and more paladins to the halberdier, to the paladin from Nikov. And as long as those onagers stay out, then these plume archers become a little bit useless in this situation.
Yeah, at least for now it seems like that. I'm also just quickly looking at the south. Not much that is happening currently. Both pairs in the south trying to just prepare themselves for some push very soon. But that is going to take some time. And I don't think that Viper has that time for Tato to wait a bit until he can begin whatever he is up for, because currently Viper 64 villagers. I mean, he has the man's eco on his side, but very low population. I don't know how he wants to get back from this.
Viper doesn't have a base anymore, or at least not an effective one. Those villagers are idle. Those 2 TCs are going to be under fire very soon as well.
That's crazy. It's crazy. And also on top of this one, Nikov building those safety walls just to make sure the trade is going to be just fine. And from now on, it will be just dominance, even more so from the outsiders. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Doubt is also losing that one castle there. Very soon, they're going to just march forward. And what does Secret have? One corner at this point? Seems like it. I mean, of course, Tato is in the south, but that is just 3 barracks, a handful villagers. I'm not sure if that is going to be denying any kind of corners there or saving corners.
Right.
Not at all, to be honest.
Taro actually has a barracks, but he's not been producing anything from there.
Yeah. Taking his time. I mean, I understand he was the one being pushed the most, but he tries to go for the Tunans push himself with Teutonic Knights even, right? That works actually really nice on tight spots. But he is not in a situation where he can make use of it, and also that hole in the southeast there, where he's currently flaring, just allowed a couple of elite Eagle Wars to go in, and some unnecessary raiding is happening. Surely that is going to demoralize Secret even more so.
Man, the trend seems to be quite strong over here in favor of outsiders, and I don't see Viper coming back, and I don't see them winning this 2v3. They are just struggling to hold on even, let alone push back.
Yeah, nice orange shots there as well. I love it.
Might be the equalizer, I think.
Viper on 30 bills at this stage. They can of course try. It's the grand finals here, right? You have all the reasons to do your best, but very ambitious. Doubt maybe with the last attempt here to make things change, but I feel that the purple color is still dominating. 30 Paladinos. Even though the trap's nearly about to be sniped, it has not succeeded entirely.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering though, what is Secret's plan here? Or is it the secret, Kappa? Because I don't see any change of technologies. I don't see them switching into anything else. We still have the Viper going for Pulm Arches, but he's on 2 castles now. He struggled with 3 castles. I don't think he's going to be able to produce enough with 2. They're not doing anything that's dramatically different. So I don't expect, if you keep doing the same things, to get a different result.
I guess they're just waiting for Tato to finally participate in the south.
Maybe.
With a very strong overbooming economy. But yeah, I believe that's way too late. And for Viper, 25 bills. It just doesn't get better for him, as you said. And yeah, trade-wise also, right? It's 49 trade cards versus 0, so we're at minute 48. Now it's time for trade to, you know, kick in, which is not going to happen. Doubt is not going to be able to pump out Paladins like there's no tomorrow anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, expecting a GG very soon.
Is it a 100 goal? He queued up another Paladin, but he's going to lose those. Viper's going to lose the castles. And even outsiders got Spanish, so trade for them is going to be 25% better.
Yeah. I mean, for that one, they haven't used the Spanish in the previous game. Maybe it was worth it. As the Germans say, the winner is always right. And it seems that outsiders will go for the equalizing game here by winning this very match. Unless, of course, Tato's gonna change everything, but it doesn't seem like it. If I just look in the south, there's no progress. A couple of siege units, those Teutonic Knights. Yeah, I know what the purpose of that is for now. It is GG. And there's not much we can say about this.
Yes. Wait, is the game over for you?
Yeah, the game is over for me. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, GG is just here for me.
How could you?
Yeah, give me a quick
I'm really
moment.
never gonna cast with you again, man.
It's starting now, it's starting now.
Okay. Well, you just saved yourself there, I guess. Yeah, so, yeah, what about you? You start this time. I don't want to anymore. I'm vexed. Are you in the game? Wait, what is this?
I'm getting there. Quick second.
What is this? What is this ancient game you are currently showing on stream?
Okay.
It is ancient.
We are here. Perfect. Easy stuff, man. Do you want to introduce the civilizations?
Well, I actually wanted you to do it, but now I'm even double vexed, so I will do it. I will show you how it's done. And
right.
This time I will go for the other team. We start on the bottom right with fire. He has the Portuguese, the red color. Red color, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. And then his pocket, in theory, is going to be Nikov with the Japanese,
Yes.
Melons on the left hand side for NBL. Then we have Portuguese for Taro in the green color. We have Viper with the Vikings in the north as the pocket player. And last but not least, Dautovic, the Lord, on the right hand side with the Japanese.
Right. Okay,
So yeah,
so people were asking why we didn't see Japanese in migration. This is why.
this is why. It could be very, very useful for the people to understand what we are actually going to witness, most likely. Islands, of course, a water map. There's a lot of navy involved, but also a lot of landing involved. The middle sections are important. The enemy islands are important. Going there with scouts, archers, towers, it's all very valuable. And the Japanese, not only because of they're so strong on water, they're also able to save a lot of wood that they can use for the water, obviously, but also for the landing, and then also invest it into military buildings and so on. Very flexible. And all of a sudden, it can be a messed up situation. You could have 3 separate fights, or even more, depending on who's going to land. Just for you to know, this is one of the most interesting maps.
Yeah, Doubt is going to be in a very nice position over here because the Japanese saving some wood from getting 50% cheaper drop-off building, is also going to be benefiting from getting 15% cheaper docks from the Viking team bonus, which is not a thing for the other team.
Well, I'm not so sure. I mean, looking at these civilizations, Team Secrets, super solid for outsiders. I also understand where they want to go with that one. Malins especially, once again, once they have their landing ready, I think due to the fact that they also save wood, they also are possibly very good at booming, or let's say going for economy at the same time of aggression. It could work, but I don't think that Outsiders has the composition to succeed in the very late game, it feels.
Right.
I could sense that they would go for more aggression, try to decide the game as early as possible. At least this is how I estimate this.
Right. Caravels are going to be huge.
Oh
By
yeah,
the
that's
way,
for sure.
last time around, we were doing some quick maths with chat. What happens if you get a Viking player and a Malian player on the same team? I think the calculation was that the Malian player only has to pay 108 wood for a dock, which is very, very a nice chunk of wood that they're going to be saving. But unfortunately, we don't have that over here. It was quite nice though. It's the same as just trying to imagine what like Burmese condottieri look like, which we have seen those in the past as well. Or, you know, Viking condottieri, stuff like that. It's always pretty funny to see. When you stack up bonuses.
Yeah, exactly. Synergies, stacked bonuses. It's fantastic. So that could be something to have an eye on if we can spot something like this. For now, the first player to click up actually is Tato with the Portuguese. So yeah, on water, they're nice. On land, I love them as well. The caravels in Cal Stage also really epic, but something else is going to happen. Tato is preparing a landing situation, and so is actually also MBL here, and Stout also. Very ambitious. 2 secret players vs 1 outsider. It doesn't surprise me that MBL is the one from Team Outsiders to consider landing here. We're going to check it out. But yeah, it's going to be Tato landing onto MBL's island. So where does that going to go?
Let's see. 2 villagers and the scout here. MBL is going to do the same.
Yeah, things are developing. There we go. There we go. The scanning. That was actually scanning from MBL, I guess. Very, very successfully. Or you just saw the scout.
I think Tato sent the scout a little bit too forward.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean,
this is an interesting one, though.
MBL.
MBL is going towards Viper's island.
Yeah, maybe something Viper would not expect. But it could be also the most devastating thing if that was successful to deal with the Vikings player, but he's gonna land right in front of Vipers. Well, that's awkward, man. Look at this, man. Oh my god, the scout of Vipers.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Caught red-handed, man. Red-handed. Beautiful.
There is one thing that you cannot deny, though. The amount of idle time for MBL's villagers over here just trying to go for panic walls all over his map has been significant. So that's already a little bit of damage that has been dealt from Tato onto MBL. And MBL's been struggling. I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to do anything against the Viper over here.
Well, he needs to shift the focus somehow. Maybe attack at a spot where he doesn't expect it, but you're up against Viper, someone who pretty much expects everything anyway. That will be very tough for sure.
Yes,
you're right. It's very, very difficult. At least the scout is dead now, but Viper has been able to spot the archer range, so he can go for his own archer range and work his way from there. And also, Tato successfully attacked the lumber camp of MBL there. So
pushing all the villagers away from the wool line.
Yeah, not the end of the world. More stuff needs to happen for Tato to call it actually success, whatever he's doing here. But we'll have an eye on that.
Dowd managed to get a few scouts over here, actually a few villagers with which he built a stable, and now he's got a few scouts over here. But Fire is defending quite well. As a matter of fact, I think that's like the third tower that is getting denied for Dowd, so definitely the Serbian player not really up there in terms of achieving much. And it's for sure Tato the one who's been doing the most damage.
Yeah. Might be. I like that all the landing players are trying to do their best to increase the amount of damage. For Doubts, yeah, he needs to do something else. I mean, there's always the possibility of going back into the transport ship, landing somewhere else to ignore the enemy palisade walls. But that is going to take some time, and also on water I see there's finally some navy going around. For Fire, for instance, he has fire ships, fire galleys. We see normal guys for Viper now. They're starting to do their things, and it will become even more complicated to successfully land on someone, to deal the damage at this spot. You need to start as early as possible, but I feel that everything is actually under control on every island. I mean, to a certain extent, there is no death situation going on.
I think the direst spot is for the Viper, but he managed to defend quite nicely as well. So Nikov, MBL, sorry, is just taking his army somewhere else, and now it's going to be Dowd. It's going to be the focus for MBL.
Yeah, it seems like that. Nikov going for Castle Age. He has the Japanese after all, but he's also now about to have a problem over here with the scouts. Nikov's base now.
Oh,
that's very unfortunate. How did that even happen, man? For real, I thought he had that under control, but nope. Vil's going down the drain. He's going to Castle Age, but not good, man. Not good. Shouldn't happen.
That was a very, very nice landing here from Tato, and he's been playing. I think he's been doing the most damage here so far. Now Fire is going to be holding on against Dowd. I'm not really sure who's going to be taking the better trade over here, as the numbers are very similar. HP pool is going to be slightly better for Fire, but Dowd should be able to use a villager to repair over there, and he's doing that, so Fire is going to be on the back foot. And then, we also have Tato over here onto Nikov's base, and Nikov's going to be in Castle Age very soon, so going for a few knights would be fantastic. But does he have a stable even? I think he doesn't. So he's in Castle Age, but he's going to be going for War Galley.
Yeah, exactly. He's focusing more into water, so no real land aggression. He's going to leave that to the others. I mean, that's also a nice approach. Just let the flanks do that kind of work. I don't want to call it dirty work. It's still very, very important work. And Nikov is going to focus on water. Maybe he suspects that neglecting it would be devastating. It also seems that Dowd is focusing on water even more. He currently has 7-8 fishing fire galleys. That is not fishing. So yeah, someone is going to be on water very soon, and it would be a mistake to actually ignore that.
One thing's for sure though, Tato's not going to be able to transport villagers anymore, as a transport ship got taken down by a fire galley, or a fire ship actually.
Yeah, but once again, Tado is able to do more and more damage. You said it a
Yes.
couple of times and you're correct. He's actually doing most of the damaging work. So that is fantastic. Nikov is now getting some safety into his base by adding the TCs. But for some kind of cost here. So if you look at the Vil numbers, for instance, Nikov on 30 Vils but 17 fishing boats.
Oof, man.
And Tado 39 Vils and 3 fishing boats.
Right. That's okay for the time being for Nikov, he's gonna be safe. But he doesn't have any military buildings up here, which means that if we saw some type of landing from a Castle Age player over here, potentially the Viper, although he's just trying to deal with MBL, but let's say that Tado might be going out to Castle Age soon if he got a few military buildings up on Nikov's island. That could be super bad for the purple players. He doesn't have anything to defend with other than TCs.
Yeah, I think that would be a fantastic idea if Tado did that. Add the buildings onto Nikov's base. Nikov is, he doesn't have the military. I mean, he has that siege workshop at least. So crossbows or anything like that will not be entirely possible anymore, unless, of course, Tado goes for some insane micro. We'll see about that one. Still, that is going to hinder Nikov's water project. He will invest more onto water if he wants to survive. Unless, of course, the other's going to help him out. We'll see. For now, I think Secret is controlling the game really nicely with Tado's work.
Oh, pretty good job over here. Yes, good shot. He's cleaning up the archers.
Yeah, even the stable now being added. That's a nice way to deal with the mangonels. If you got the knights going out, sniping is going to be very interesting. Also interesting, of course, Viper with the Vikings and his longbows. And finally, attacking fire here. That's a lot of arrow rain here onto those innocent Vils. It's looking very bad now for Team Outsiders. Yeah.
For sure. He's been losing the fishing ships as well to some galleys over here from Doubt, so he's in a 1v2 situation. And he might get landed here, I feel like. I would love to see the Viper bring a transport shape over here, or maybe Doubt even bring the transport shape over here. He's already in Castle Age. If they manage to get fire out of this, I think we might go straight into the 7th game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this might very well happen. That if fire, cannot make it. Nikov is already struggling. Yeah, it seems very bad now.
But take a look at Tado's base.
Let me quickly check. Yeah, well, the question is MPL gonna do enough damage to equalize the situation? Because we now have 2 players from Outsiders who are struggling. I like how Nikov is actually defensively smushing to a certain extent, but he's actually going to pay for it as the mangonels are getting sniped.
Yes.
But I still feel that both Fire and Nikov are significantly hurt in this situation, so they need to stabilize and fight back to have chances.
Yes. Well, fortunately for Fire, his villager count didn't get as affected by losing the fishing ships. If you compare that to Tado or Doubt's villager count, it's not that bad. But yeah, having MBL over here is pretty good for Outsiders on Tado's island.
Yeah, I think so, because he only has his TCs as a defensive measure. He's going to be up against, a whole variety. The Malians, of course. When it comes to tech tree diversity, it's quite insane. And we see knights, we see mangonels, we see towers. It's all beautiful, and it can work really well, as long as no one helps him out. So we have Viper, for instance, trying to do his best with a couple of longboats, but that's not going to do too much. So what's most important is actually Tado defending himself as fast as possible. Very tough.
The thing here is the other TC from Tado trying to defend the gold miners that he has over at Nikov's island. It's probably going to be going down to the mangonel, so he's just going to be on the back foot. I don't think he's been doing as much damage as of late.
Well, we gotta see, bro. We gotta see. I like how it's not really decided yet, because we've seen it. They're hurting each other to the fullest. but at the same time, someone else is getting the upper hand on another island. It's, I believe, just Viper who has stabilized completely on his islands. You can say that, and even Dowd has a couple of enemy knights, but indeed,
the GG has been
called.
Oh, scroll speed bug. But they
scroll speed bug, insane. Is the game paused? It's just paused, right? No,
yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay. Should be playing right now. Is it okay for you?
For me, it's all good.
All right. Okay. So welcome everyone to this, the 6th game of the final series of Rise to Glory. It's been a long run, but we are finally here and we have 2 of the best teams in the world. So some people might say that this is AM, AMB or AMA, it depends. I am just going to call them outsiders because Fire is not an AM member and he's been instrumental to the team's progress towards this spot in the tournament.
Yes.
So, DemEyesRed, do you want to introduce the players maybe?
Of course. I'm just thinking about which side to choose. I'm going to go for the right-hand side.
All right.
Top right-hand side, that is. We have Fire with the Ethiopians.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, wow. I'm currently just looking at these civilizations. Wow. But I will try to keep all the comments to myself for 1 more minute. So, top right-hand side, Fire with the Ethiopians. The pocket is going to be Nikov in the purple color with the Indians. Then in the south, we have Mbialito with the Britons.
Mbialito.
On the other side, we have Viper with the Aztecs. And then pocket player is going to be dealt with the Indians. Last but not least, we got Tato with the Incas.
So it was for sure that we were going to see Incas from both teams. I mean, they've been saving it for this particular map. The Briton pick is certainly an interesting one, and I want to see how that one is going to play against Incas. I want to see how that's going to play against Aztecs, actually. As you know, archery civilization, pretty good, and Britons in particular are some of the best archers in the game. But an American civilization with access to fully upgraded elite Eagle Warrior is going to be a tricky one, especially Aztecs with access to C-Tram. I'm pretty sure that MBL's not gonna be banking on himself to fight against the Viper. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a lot of team plays over here because it's what it takes. It is what it takes for outsiders in this particular matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confused to see these civs, especially from outsiders. As you said it, solo play, I don't think so. Before I elaborate, I just want to see what Tato's doing with his Eagle Scout Northeast inside of Fire's base. He won't be able to take that boar, I don't think so. That just doesn't make sense to take it from there. So I think no laming is going to happen in the north. Just quickly scanning any kind of lame in the south. I don't see anything. So I guess we're good. Fair enough. Okay, so let's quickly think about it. You got Ethiopians, you got Britons. They are not known for their cavalry. Of course, Ethiopians, they can go for camels if needed. But you would normally make use of their, well, archer specialties.
Yes,
the ones have more distance, more range, I mean, and the ones fire faster, right? But on a map like this, when you walk around so much, and it's so dangerous in the middle, just to walk around like that, a lot of nothingness on a huge map like this. So yeah, it must be some team play. I think they will try to at least go for 2v1 situations or 2v2, but never single person attacking another guy or so. Otherwise, I feel that what Secret has could be superior. They have 2 American civilizations here. And on top of this one, they got Indians, super powerful, super powerful. And yeah, Aztecs, Incas, both very versatile when it comes to open map gameplays. Incas, I mean, they can deal a lot of damage with their towers in the beginning. Later on, their late game is also quite decent with the tech tree they have, including the unique techs they have. And Aztecs also, man, I don't know. I just don't like what outsiders have picked here. But maybe I'm just not able to see it. The more I look forward to seeing what they will present to us.
Man, if I'm not mistaken, MBL actually managed to successfully lame 2 llamas away from the Viper. And
yeah, I saw it as well.
Yeah, a lot of people saying in chat as well, we have 2 American civilizations versus 2 archer civilizations, and then we have Indians for pocket for both civs. It's very unfortunate that the Viper didn't get to save Mayans until this point, because last time around his performance was on point, and not even that, but even in hideout, even losing with Mayans. So very unfortunate situation over here for Secret. Right off the bat though, Tato's going forward.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much expect something like this, but this is an insane forward, man. 7 villagers. And then Eagles, but what is going to happen? Fire sees that. Nikov sees that as well. So no surprise effect or anything like that. I mean, having the Incas, I guess you just anticipate something like this to happen.
Yes.
This is super aggressive. Let's also keep in mind that he could drop a blacksmith, and then it will be even crazier.
That's gonna be huge. There we go, blacksmith on the way. So just in case someone is not familiar with all the civilizations, Incas get a civ bonus that grants villagers with extra stats from blacksmith upgrades for infantry units. So you get forging, villagers get +1. You get scale mail armor, as he's getting right now, and villagers get +1/+1 defense. That's what makes Inca so great for early rushes, and also getting 15% cheaper stone cost on buildings means that they can go for more towers. They can go for the same amount of towers for less stone, potentially go out to Castle Age, get a castle down. It's a super aggro civilization in the early game.
Yeah, and the people even said it's the no Baru rush, for instance, as it's been labeled. And it can become very tough to actually engage in villager wars in that very concern, because hey, you're just simply superior. You got more attacks on your side if you go for it. In this case, Tato already has +1, and we already see it. It's very brutal what happens in the north. I'm just, for the record, going to the south as well, where MBL is going for mad arms, and he actually successfully went through that gate just at this point and harasses a Viper. Just for the record, that we don't miss that one.
Yes, and the villager went down as well.
So let's see how well Tato's going to do, because one problem with aggression on Acropolis is that very stage where the fight is currently happening, which is the elevation. There's always the defender's advantage if things just go the natural way, which is just, you know, the defender attacking from above because he's coming from there, and the aggressor from the bottom. But yeah, there we got it. A lot of those have died. Tato is currently sitting on 17 villagers.
So that was
fire
definitely
on 20.
Fire coming out on top after that engagement, just by the sheer numbers and having some Minotaurs over there to work with as well.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's a match point game. Outsiders must not lose, otherwise they will be out of this tournament and they will be just second. Secret will be the champion. Of course, they want to do their best, so there's a lot of pressure on both sides. Do you want to finish the game, or is the losing party going to able just survive a bit? We'll find out. More stuff happening actually also for Doubt, that is, being surrounded by MBL. Well, just 3 men-at-arms, but Viper trying his best to chase him.
Yes.
And that is that.
Yeah, I don't think those Minotaurs are going to do anything right now, so MBL is going to be moving on to the next guy. And Tato is very open, so he's going to have to take care over there, because those units from MBL could do a lot of damage. And especially in this fragile situation that Tato's in, same situation that he's been in last time that he tried to go forward with towers in this map, he's been playing as the punching bag. He's been taking it for the team. He's been taking a lot of damage over here, but hopefully he's going to be banking on Doubt going out to Castle Age, Imperial Age maybe, going for a lot of camels and try to get Secret back into this game.
Yeah, that will be the most ideal version of the future. Let's see about that one. Viper and MBL getting fletching right now. Seems that MBL, with the Britons obviously, going for some nice archer production currently. And if we look at the resources, it's just Nikov who is stockpiling a lot. I mean, for understandable reasons with the Indians. I expect him to click up first in a few minutes. But for now, it seems that MBL is going to approach Viper in a few seconds. Viper was forced to drop a defensive watchtower, which is of course not so good for his economy and Castle Age. He will struggle in that very sense. And in the north, Nikov about to go into Tato's base.
So Tato's been acting as a punching bag, and he's going to be down to 19 villagers now, which is the lowest villager count by 8 when compared to the next lowest player. And he's getting aggro now by 2 players, and then we're gonna have MBL also potentially doing damage to the Viper, or potentially going towards Doubt space now. It's looking very dire for Secret.
Yeah, I mean, I know what kind of plans they have, but it's just way too much risk that Tato's taking. But as you said, maybe it's just the whole plan that Tato's soaking up all that fire, that Doubt, and Viper can do that thing and then come back later on. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tough one. And I even see what's happening in the south. That's MBL sniping a lot of vills successfully, even though it's actually 4 vills in total. Vill count once again 29 for Viper, 22 for Tato. And if we look at Fire with 30 and MBL with 38, those are 2 different worlds. Nikov on top of that one clicking up first. It's not going too well.
Yes. Just talking again about what we were talking during the semifinals over here. Tato committing to do damage means that if he doesn't get something done, he's gonna have to overcommit over here, and he's doing that. He's sending more villagers forward because he needs to get some time for his team. They are already behind, so they cannot keep playing regularly, and the further behind you are, the more risks you have to take. And yeah, it's pretty bad for Tato. I think he's poised to lose all of these 5 villagers that he sent forward, but I feel like he doesn't have much of a choice, to be honest.
Yeah, choice. What kind of stuff do you do? Do you just retreat, chill out in your own base, and pretend that nothing has happened and you just boom in peace? Or do you just continue whatever you have just committed
just
for, you know? Commit. So in this case, Tato going for commitments, trying his best, but oh my god, man. Let's hope for the best. With Doubt's help, it might work. I'm not entirely sure because Nikov now in Castle Age.
Well, MBL's also been taking a lot of damage over here from these archers from the Viper. He lost a few villagers, but it's still much better situation for outsiders now in terms of villager count.
Yeah. I'm just currently witnessing what Nikov is doing there, defending himself with a TC.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Fine. And besides that, also trying to compare it with to Doubt, what Doubt is doing here. Yeah, he's definitely a bit behind concerning the camel production. If Nikov is just able to survive, not survive, but just deal with the situation as quickly as possible, then it might be that Doubt will be still behind, but that's the whole philosophy. They're focusing on Nikov just to make sure that he cannot play out his advantage timing-wise. It seems that Nikov will solve the issue and strike out very soon.
He's doing a good job. He's already picked 3 villagers from Tato. It's only going to be 2 villagers left for him. But what is that? The villager count for the green player right now, still in Feudal Age, 27. Very low.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Tato at this point will try to create as much damage as possible. Similar to, it was the first game, right? Where he did all of this laming stuff. Well, he got no other choice anymore, I guess. Trying his very best. Going for very risky towers now inside of fire space. A lot of vills dying to Doubt scouts. That's good for secrets. And a Lyri type of vill dropping a tower in front of Fires, or to the side of Fires Gold. So that could work. The reward would be high. He needs to gamble like that just to equalize the situation. We'll see how well that's going to work. For real, Tato's in a really bad spot.
He's also trying to get another tower closer to Nikov's base, actually in the north of Nikov's base. And he's just trying to be annoying at this point. That's pretty much all that he can do. He's still not with enough resources to go up. I don't think he's going to be clicking up in the next 10 minutes at the very least. He's just going to be trying to be annoying. Yeah,
make the best out of it, I guess. But very soon, also, the other players are going to have problems. Doubt is now actually going up with a nice army. 14 camels that he has, Nikov only 8. If he just successfully utilizes them in some kind of way, of course, this would be, once again, a very bright situation for Secret, but I mean, they need to find that opportunity. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yes. Now Castle Age is on the way for MBL and Fire as well. And that is going to be all 3 Outsiders players in Castle Age. We're going to be left with Tato being the only player out of the 6 here. Still in Feudal Age, and he's going to be losing another villager over here. He's going to be losing another villager over here close to Nikov's base once again. And man, he just cannot catch a break. I feel like this might be getting 7 games long. I think we're going to jump into the 7th game after this.
Might be. Unless, of course, Doubt is gonna succeed. As I said, very soon all the players except Tato are gonna be in Castle Age right now. But Fire was in Field Age for a long time as well. He has lost a lot of vills. He currently has less vills than Tato, by the way. 25 vills. He has been.
Oh man.
He destructed it, and even more is going to happen over there. Look at this, the line actually. Oh my god, man, to the north of Fire
yeah,
Space.
I see that. I see that.
A lot of those getting sniped like that, man. That is this is what they need to go for. Doubt had to go for this situation, otherwise it would have been terrible. But he found the right spot. Maybe he was lucky, maybe it was his experience, but he did an absolutely great job to actually accomplish this. And all of a sudden, things are looking really good.
Yeah. Now the villager count is actually kind of equalizing a little bit, so Secret might not be out of it just yet. We're still gonna need Tato to catch up, and he's clicking out to Castle Age now, which is great. But Doubt, he's not been able to boom quite as nicely as Nikov, so the villager count is going to be a lot better for the purple player, which means potentially more camels or an earlier Imperial Age. Especially as if you take into account the military numbers, Nikov's not been investing so much into military, so that means he's gonna have more resources. But yeah, I'm not really sure. The numbers here, as long as Doubt keeps his units active and he keeps doing more and more damage, it doesn't really matter, not being on the lead with villager count.
Yeah, I think so as well. If he just makes use of his military like that, very effective. And he did all of this without investing into chain binding armor yet. He's now getting it, but very, very impressive performance. That was life-saving here. Now it's up to Nikov and MBL to give the answer, because now they need to create at least similar type of damage to whoever they want to focus on. It seems that they want to go for Doubt himself. Yes. It's a long way, but if they catch him off guard with crossbows and camels, that might happen very soon. He might pay a very, very expensive price for that one. Unless Doubt sees that before. And it seems that the camels of Nikov are going to run into the camels of Doubt. Or are they? Just waiting in front. Checking out the scouting info.
They're not. They can't see each other.
Yeah, but now they're going to run into each other. There we go. This is going to give Doubt some important time, by the way. But the amount of crossbowmen from the Britain's player MBL going to be very, very crucial here in this fight. And what is going to happen afterwards. I feel that many vills going to get sniped here. Unless someone comes to save the day for Doubt.
Upgrade tell a little bit better for Doubt, but unfortunately he's just getting outnumbered a little bit too heavily. So he's going to have to defend against this. And he's just pulling all the lumberjacks away. And it's open even. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, could have gone through it anyway.
Yeah.
With those crossbows, but yeah, you're right. It's devastating right now, and a good situation for Nikov because now he can even make use of his advantage even more. He has a lot of food, by the way. I wonder what he's gonna do with that one. Needs more gold to either go for Imperial Age or to go for further upgrades. We'll see about that one, but maybe that's the Outsiders still have a decent shot here.
This is a pretty good engagement though, as Doubt and the Viper are going to pinch MBL's army with some Eagle Warriors over there. It seems like MBL is going to lose everything, although we have a few camels over here for Nikov. I don't think that's going to be enough, especially not against... yeah, so many camels for Doubt.
Wow. I mean, obviously defense advantage here. He can just reinforce easily, but yeah, that was good. Very important for secrets.
This is fantastic, man. So not only that, but now Doubt keeps raiding heavily, very, very hard. He keeps on, damn it, freaking language. He keeps on raiding Nikov super hard, so more villagers from the purple player are going to be going down. And he managed to boom back as well. So Doubt is with the same villager count, the Nikov. I'm pretty sure the table is going to turn as well in favor of Secret over here.
Yeah, very soon more so because Viper is going for Imperial Age. Only on 49 vills, by the way, so he doesn't have the most beautiful economy, but that's all part of the plan. Constantly producing more and more eagles, adding another barracks. Yeah, it's gonna be just elite eagle warriors. I wonder when. Yeah, he's even on stone as well. At some point, he's gonna add a castle just to make use of the unique technologies as well. And then MBL will not be able to succeed. That is something I expected to happen in the late game if we went that far, and we are going that far right now. So Doubt needs to do some stuff as well, and all of a sudden the outsiders will not be able to succeed, because if you look at the resource count for Nico, for instance, still a lot of food doesn't get enough gold. That is gonna tear them apart. I believe that if they see the double Imperial Age from Secrets, it might be a reason to say, wow, we won't be able to make that.
I think so, and people were discussing this in chat, and you were just talking about it as well. 2 American civilizations against 2 archery civilizations. And then what do we have on top of that? Nikov's got Indians, okay, that's great, but then we have also Indians for Doubt, and then Incas can go for Kamayuks, they can go for Halberdier, we can see pikemen with Garland Wars for the Viper, or even monks. It's not easy, it's not an easy thing to do, and they had a very good early game, but now it's going to be getting increasingly difficult for outsiders to make this the equalizer.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, really. Nikov is finally going for it as well. He has sold the stone actually that he had. I wonder what he wanted to do with that stone to begin with. He had 1k stone like that. Yeah, forward castle that is. Yes. Okay, he didn't even... Well, okay. I mean, what kind of forward castle is that? That's actually not a forward castle. It's just a territory securing castle. But we'll check it out. This whole army inside of Viper Space, is that going to achieve something? Because MBL dropping a very crucial castle, if that is successful, would be awesome for outsiders. They need to do the damage right now, and they're doing it.
Viper got into a position right now where he has less villagers than Tato. So yeah, production for Eagle Warriors is not going to be that good, but he is an Imperial Age already, so he doesn't need as many units as he's got Elite already. That is going to be bad news for MBL, who by the way is not close to clicking up just yet.
Yeah, not at all. So we gotta wait for that one a bit more. Doubt's biggest mission now is to save his buddy Viper here. Otherwise they're gonna have a really huge problem. So they're focusing.
Definitely looking in favor of outsiders, but I don't expect that to last very long. If we get those Eagle Warriors to close the gap against the crossbows, then that's going to be great news for the Aztec player. However, a few lone swordsmen over here, that's pretty good from MBL, going for forging as well.
Yeah, I'm just really curious how they're going to solve the issue right now inside of Viper Space like that. The amount of eagles is not sufficient. We now have heavy camels, +5 now ultimately, with a +4 attack. And yeah, it might be that Nikov is not going to be able to withstand. Also, the crossbows just cast, H crossbows over here. That is the answer. That is the mistake. MBL going in there, treating his army as if they're full Imperial Age, fully upgraded, but these crossbow will not make it.
Oh man, and all the villagers for MBL going down as well. Now there's another piece of action over here. We have Tato trying to drop a castle close to Nikov's base, but Nikov's already with a castle over there. I'm not really sure if that's going to go up. No, he's relocating the foundation.
Yeah, it's not going to work like that. But I wonder what the outside is going to do right now. I mean, I find it very impressive that MBL is still up on that hill in front of Viper Space. I would have thought that it would be wiped out. It's interesting to witness this, but I wonder how they're going to interpret the situation. Are they going to say, okay, we still have all the chances in the world, or are they going to say, wait, we are not an Imperial Age, we need to hurry up? Well, what is going to happen, man? MBL just doesn't let go.
This is still not over for MBL forward. He still got the Men-at-Arms over there, or the Lone Swordsman rather. He still has a few amount of pikes, but with the heavy camels from Doubt and about to become Imperial camels, then the pikemen are not going to be that effective anymore. And do we have plate barded armor? We do as well, so those camels are going to be tanky against the crossbows. This is a bad situation. We really need Nikao to get his own Imperial camels up.
Yep. We need that.
We want to see a
We'll
7th
see.
game, of course.
Yeah, sure. That I fully agree. We want that, of course. Fire going for Imperial Age. He has been super inactive, and what he's gonna do is actually show Tell Warriors. I don't even believe it, man. But fair enough. Show Tell Warriors. Trying to go for a quick raid inside of Tato's base. Score is now shifting all the time, it seems. So it's anyone's game, at least according to the score. But also, economically speaking, just saying, I look at the differences between the villager counts here. It's also quite crazy. Outsiders have more chances than one would maybe assume, but I also feel that the military usage of Secret is just way more efficient. And there, that forward of MBL, wow. Just wow. It's all gone.
Yeah. Now, I don't think that castle is going to be going down, though. There is a lot of pikemen coming out from MBL's barracks. What I am mostly concerned about, though, is the base of Tato right now. He's in 102 villages, but he doesn't have any military units. I think we're probably going to see Nikov going forward over there, and that could potentially be bad news for the green player. And Viper also needs to get his eco up a little bit. He's still on 59 villagers only.
Yeah. It's a tough thing. Also, Viper. This kind of low economy, low villager count that he has. I mean, I fully understand why. He just tries to focus on military as much as possible, but realistically speaking, once he loses a bit of his army and once outsiders manage to actually get into his base, that would be the death sentence, which is a reason why Doubt is focusing so heavily on Viper here defensively.
Yes.
One thing to keep in mind. So also, this is what outsiders anticipate. They know we need to go into Viper space. In the meantime, of course, Fire has his own plans with the Shotel Warriors. There's some clash between Kameyuks and a couple of pikemen as well in the north. As Tato tried to he's gonna drop that castle actually. Okay, trying to be as nice as possible. But the southern situation now with Nikov, as he finally has +5 on these camels, this might be decisive. If Doubt cannot help out anymore, Viper's gonna go down. If Viper's down, the game, I reckon, is going to be lost.
Let's see. The game's not over. Now that Tato's got 2 castles up, he's going to be in a position to finally start going for some military units. And with 111 villagers, then he's going to have the eco to go for that. But we need support from Tato. We need support right now. Doubt's been doing whatever he can to keep Viper alive, but I don't think it's going to be enough for much longer.
Yeah, I'm just once again witnessing this. I still think that if Nikov is successful, this could be the death sentence. And I love it how he's focusing, always sending in those nice armies of imp camels. It's gonna be very, very hard to deal with. And it seems that they get the sense of trade going up, by the way. I mean, if you look at that trade, look at what MBL is doing, man. Just with a handful of longbowmen. And even guard towers, man, that's MBL for you. That's MBL for you. He's just dropping guard towers all over the place, man. I don't believe it.
That is so good. Age of Empires can be quite a snowbally game. So even though I was really thinking that the civilizations were going to be in advantage of Secret, were going to be in favor of Secret, sorry, they were going to have the advantage. Now we have Fire with the Shot of Warriors over here fighting a guy that just started going for military units 2 minutes ago. We have the Viper over here who does not have enough economy to support any army production anymore, and Doubt, of course, not going to be able to fight all of this by himself, not against a player that has the same units and has also the same resources and has also support from both of his teammates.
Wow, I mean, there you got it, man. They are now approaching and coming closer to the core of Viper's base. The trade route is blocked. If Outsiders doesn't do a single mistake anymore and just continuously pushes the way they do it at the moment, Secret must resign. But we'll see. Maybe Doubt is going to be helpful enough to give Viper some hope. But also in the north, I just try to see what Tato's doing, but that castle is gone. Furthermore, Fire is able to actually defend himself. The walls are up very soon. It seems that Tato is just ineffective at this stage, for a variety of reasons, I assume. But the situation in itself is the most deciding one, because it's still outsiders doing that damage, market-wise, and also on Viper.
It's tragic. It's a tragic situation. Now, that still has the highest trade card count from all the players. And as a matter of fact, single-handedly, he has more trading cards than all of outsiders combined. But yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to trade, of course, because of MBL's position over here. And MBL is even going to start dropping some stables very close to the Viper's base.
Sure, why not? Why not? Just go for some additional raids. Kill the villas of Doubt that are very close by. Yeah, and it also seems that Nikov is not fully focusing on Viper anymore. He estimates that MBL is doing it, you know, nicely enough. And now he can focus on other situations.
Yeah, right
namely,
now
of course, Tato's base.
He's going to be getting cleaned up over here. Doubt already has the Imperial Camels to defend Tato with. Shutter Warriors, though, I love them, man. They are so freaking powerful, but they are so fragile at the same time. Kind of like a melee Geppetto, you know? Very low HP, but very, very high damage. Not going to
with
be
Eagles
enough,
in the game, they can be very useful. But right now they just die to the Imperial Camels. Well, happens. So yeah, MBL going for the raid very soon. He's actually raiding. Wow, Lightcav, there we go. The vills are dying. And more stuff going to happen very soon, I reckon. Just flooding in those Lightcavs into Viper space, I guess that is just going to take him out of the game immediately, if not already.
For sure.
So, yeah. But, yeah, MBL has moved back, by the way. He's understood that he cannot take a 1v2. So we'll see how well that is going to go, because I feel that MBL's forward is going to break down, ultimately, with that down in the castle. So, outsiders need to do other things if they want to be successful.
Well, now Viper's villager count is getting increasingly larger by the minute, and it means that Secret's probably not out of it just yet. As a matter of fact, the team score is actually not that different for both teams, only 500 score difference. And yeah, the game's not over. It's going to extend a little bit longer. But what I'm concerned about is most of the blinking dots on the map are on Secret's part of the map.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of red also in the center, as you mentioned, those blinking dots there. There's a lot of trash units now flooding in as well, just to keep the others busy. And as long as that works, as long as the trade is just being interrupted, it's gonna be a tough one. 30 to 27 trades. Tato has no trade cards. MBL also no trade cards.
Yes. Let's see now, the castle from MBL went down, the barracks went down as well, so he brought all of his army back. And what is he gonna have? So he's going for two-handed swordsman, chemistry and plate mail armor. He's gonna be facing skirmishers and pikemen. Two-handed swordsman should be great against that, so we're gonna need something else over here for for the Viper, sorry, for sure. But what is that? Yeah. What can he go for? Well, he can potentially go for archer units if he wanted to, but I don't think that's going to be ideal. It's going to be a lot of investment, and then arbalists for Aztecs are not the best, especially not against Britons, since of course MBS is just going to be one click away from transitioning to lone bowman, or maybe even arbalist. He's going for lone bowman right now.
Well, let's check it out, because I feel that the rating from outsiders doing a lot of good work. Tato is fully busy with that one. 88 vills decreasing.
Yes.
Viper's stabilizing due to the massive help of Doubt, but for the cost of not being too present on the map. There's no rating or anything like that inside of outsiders base. Everything seems to be very safe. The trade is healthy. Long distance trades for Secret, we cannot say that. They have to trade to the market on Viper's Hill. But they're still pushing back. This is what I like to see in the south. Secret is doing a lot of good work there, and they might be able to deal with the towers. They might be able to claim back the trade routes, and this game could be continuing for a long, long time.
Well, let's see. Tato's gonna be defending against Hazards and against Shadow Warriors with some Arbalests, although numbers are not looking that good for him, only 18. Yeah, he's gonna raid it. The gold miners now are taking the hit. On the right-hand side, though, Doubt, or in the south actually, Doubt managed to get a few buildings down over here for MBL, and it seems like they're gonna be able to push quite effectively. With these camels from Doubt providing the mid shield, then those skirmishers can do a little bit more damage against the 200 swordsmen. With those trebuchets, they're gonna be able to keep on pushing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about MBL's position here. So he was left alone after Nikov has probably decided, or maybe MBL said, yeah, I'm good here. And ever since, they're just slowly, steadily losing more and more grounds. They will lose the impact on the trade route of secrets, and very soon they will start attacking MBL's base. So I wonder if that was a mistake to shift the focus. At the same time, I just look into Tato's base, where Nikov is trying his best, but it also seems that Tato is dealing with the situation in his own kind of way with the help of Doubts.
Yeah.
So I feel that Outsiders has less impact than 10 minutes ago.
I think so. But one thing that I'm concerned about as well is that the Viper over here, as well as Doubt's trebuchets, they are pushing on the southeast part of the map. I am not completely sure they know where Outsider is trading. I'm not really sure if they are expecting to find the trade route over there, because they are spending a lot of time pushing and they're not gonna really find anything. They're just gonna be cleaning up the buildings from MBL so that they can regain control of this.
Yeah, I guess what they want to do is immediately making that space
back
free for their own trade, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
Yeah,
of course, you're right.
It's
It's not. Yeah, but military-wise, it's not the most effective thing for sure. But yeah, they have no other chance. They must clean up the mess first of all before creating some mess themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, enough time for Outsiders to continue their game, but it still seems as if they're not progressing. It was, let's say, 45%, 40% for secrets when it comes to map control and stuff like that. Now it's shifting into 50. Secret is getting more and more ground like that without even properly functioning trades, and very soon they're gonna have the trade. Question is, what is gonna happen afterwards? Is Secret gonna come back even stronger with that one?
There is a potentially a huge engagement about to happen in the north, as both armies are going to be dancing around one another. But in the south, trebuchets, we're gonna have two trebuchets surviving, still pushing against MBL, and MBL not gonna be able to fight on his own against two players over here. But I'm not completely sure if Tato is gonna be able to fight on his own against this army over here from Fire and from Nikov. Let's see. Oh, here it comes. Doubt has a bunch of camels over here as well. I think this is looking a lot better for Secret, and they even have a few siege ramps over there, so they are going to be breaking through the walls, and it seems like we are finally going to see Team Secret breaking through and getting into Outsiders' trade line. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, if they're successful with that one, for sure. So of course, Fire best advice to make sure that this is not going to happen. He has the fortified walls. More needs to happen to secure it. But you're right. Very soon, Secret could deal a lot of damage. The thing is just, I'm also looking at the population. So Secret is sitting on 180, sometimes 170, and Viper was on 130 for a long time. But he's also getting healthier by the minute, pumping out as many skirms, Atlatl skirms, and then also pikemen. Fair enough. It could work. Nico finally focusing on Viper again, but this time it might be too late.
Yeah.
Well.
Viper got the
I mean, especially
castle
if the
up
situation in the north, if what you said is gonna be true, if Tato is gonna push through, Outsiders will struggle. Question, of course, is will they come back from that one?
Not really sure. Fire is going for Siege Ram himself. So they are kind of trading right now territory a little bit, so the south is definitely going to be in favor or in possession of Outsiders if they keep pushing, because they have more numbers here. Nikov's there, we have MBL over there as well. In the north, of course, we have Tato and Doubt pushing, but they're struggling. They have not managed to reach the trade line from Outsiders just yet, and Outsiders It's been multiple times already that they've been affecting the trade for Secret. They are still doing. I mean, MBL still has the Lombos over there. He still has a few light cavalry, bunch of stables up.
Yeah. Anything can happen over here. And Viper once again has lost quite some numbers. The raids in the south has been successful for the outsiders, as it seems. But I still think that anything is definitely possible. Also in the north, the push through was not successful from Secret. It seems as if we have reached the 50-50 stage. Though in the south, it might be once again outsiders' momentum to push back.
It looks like it. In the south though, Secret's still quite strong. In the north, not so much. The villager count still significantly higher for outsiders, and keep in mind the discount over here from Capture Age takes into account trading cards as well, so it's not 144 villagers for fire, it's actually a little bit less. It's actually 113, the rest is going to be trade cards.
Exactly. So yeah, that is how it is, and it just doesn't end right now in the north. Fire actually waits for that successful connection with his onagers. There might be some juicy shots, because there's so many skirms actually. So that might happen very soon. And yeah, if those skirms would die, if there's just a huge gap between his numbers of military and the other ones, it could be that he could push through and they could then start attacking Tato's base, but it's just some ideal thinking, because so far it's still back and forth. Though, for Viper and his well-being, I'm not entirely sure, because now Nikov approaching, and they could start attacking the trade cards. Or Viper. In the south.
Let's see. Yes, there we go. Not really sure if he's gonna be able to do a lot of damage though. Those are a few units, and we already have a few pikemen over here from the Viper as well as the camels from Doubt over there.
But then, it has worked indeed. It has worked indeed. And that's that, man.
It feels like I think you're probably a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah, maybe a few seconds.
So what time are you at right now? Or are you at? Sorry.
1 hour and 12 and 45 seconds.
1 hour and 12 and 45 seconds. Yeah, I am a little bit behind.
No worries. You could maybe try speed up because...
Yeah. Spoiler alert, by the way. Yeah, definitely we saw the trend. We saw this coming.
Yeah, it's just the fact that Viper was still vulnerable. And MBL surprisingly did a great job by also shifting the focus from longbowmen into a lot of cavalry, first of all. Then actually the halberdiers did a great job as well, dealing with whatever Doubt had to present. Doubt was in the end just having a couple of camels, 5 camels, 8 light calves, and in the end, the massive amount of 59 Indian camels here, Imperial camels from Nikov, were a reason for them to understand that trade situation is not going to be ideal enough to continue, resulting in a GG, resulting in the final game.
3-3. We do have a situation right now, though. Yes. Hello there. This is Nova from Woolly Official. Unfortunately, after the 6th game, one of the players from Outsiders had to leave for personal reasons, and the series wasn't finished. As a result, Secret ended up getting the admin win. Understandably, nobody was happy about it. It was an imperfect final, and we're truly sorry the tournament ended like this. However, we did want to provide a better closure for the whole thing, so after some talking, the players and I agreed to make a 3-game show match between both teams on Wednesday the 13th at 17 GMT for $150 that I'll be personally funding. It'll be streamed on Woolly Official's Twitch channel and uploaded to the YouTube channel afterwards. Keep on watching the rest of the video for the interview with Secret, but other than that, I hope to see you next Wednesday live. Cheers.
Switched.
Let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there. So first of all, congratulations. I know this was not the end that hopefully most people were hoping for. I know this is not the
I
end
was
that you
hoping
were.
for this.
Oh, doubt. Well, I hope that at least some of you didn't expect this to be the way things ended. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's turn off the music, by the way. Sorry about that. There we go. So yeah, congratulations, guys. It's been a long series. We didn't get to the 7th game, but six games is still a long time to play. And how are you feeling? You got the first spot, even if it was not for winning. You performed quite well.
Well, I mean, it doesn't feel like a win.
I know.
So obviously quite disappointing end to the whole thing, but
no, but you have a little bit of echo.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
A lot of echo. A lot of echo.
So we're gonna go one game at a time. First one being Arabia. I'm wondering though, what do you feel about Outsiders as an actual team, having both MBL and Nikov and also Fire? It seems like it was a very strong combination for them to get out to this point in the tournament, even outlasting the official AM team. Was it? Do you feel like they could be potentially a new team if they wanted to go for it? This one is for Tato.
I think they have a good teamwork as well. Even that they have not played together for a long time.
Yes.
Tienes eco. Se te acopla. No va.
Oh, okay. Try now.
So yeah, basically I think they have done a good job in the tournament, and they have put a lot of pressure in the finals as well. So it has been a good show after what happened.
Right. So I have a question for Doubt over here. We're not going to be going game after game because there is so much going on in my head right now that I'm not going to be able to remember everything game after game, but I do have a few questions that I have for you guys. First of all, Doubt, you got in the final game, in the 6th game, the same role that you had in the semifinals, going for Indians and having to just really bring your team back into the game after a very unfortunate start. And do you feel any sort of pressure when you had to do that? Is it common for you? How do you communicate this inside the team as well, with Tato, for instance, that took a lot of damage?
Well, with Tato, it's super hard, man. He's crying all the time, man. I'm not kidding him, man. He puts so much pressure, man. He's like, "Down, do this, do that. I'm alone. I'm always alone."
Oh man,
it's hard, man. And I'm playing tournament game and fucking Peter. What? It got splash damage.
Oh man, that is a
that is
a lot of pressure
for
that. But you still managed to perform. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And this one, the next question is for Tato. Then it is the second time that you tried to go for a trash in Acropolis, and this time around it was not against SY. So what do you think about Outsiders' performance in defending against your trash?
Well, I actually didn't want to go for that, but that was yes, go for it.
Right.
Then it failed again, so.
Okay, so the next question is for the Viper. Actually, we had in Hideout you using the Mayans. Last time around, I remember that you were saving Mayans for one of the latest games. And yeah, in Acropolis, you didn't have them anymore. Do you have any thoughts behind that you might want to share with us?
We knew what civs they were going for, so we figured Mayans would be a good counter, but the Mangonel push that MBL did kind of negated Mayans really well, so we didn't really get to play it as we wanted.
All right. Now this question is going for Tato as well. I would like to see what you guys think, or what do you think about the tournament format. The fact that we are not doing Civ draft, but we are only doing a quick map draft at the beginning of the series, and then it's only hidden pick and no repeat. What do you feel about the settings, the maps as well, and the ability to pick positions?
I think it's great because it's faster as well, and you know what civilization they have to pick as well.
Yes.
So you can expect any civilization on any map, and it is something different. It can be mirror as well. So it's good for a change.
All right. Does it get difficult to keep track of the civilizations that you have been using?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, guys, we don't want to keep you for long. We had to keep on going with the raffle. I'm sorry about the way the things turned out in the end. I know it's not ideal for you, it's not ideal for us, and not ideal for the viewers as well, but it is what it is. And still congratulations, because you played very well and you certainly deserve this money. And yeah, congratulations. We're going to be talking to you to sort out all the details, all right?
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault either what happened, so kudos to you guys as well. It was a fun tournament to play.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.